Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pop Like here on Bossman Network. I'm your host, and Latte Excited Interview. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello, I'm here. I showed up. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Oh, Corey, how are you?
I don't know. Ask me tomorrow. No,
I won't be able to. I won't be able to ask you tomorrow because.
Yes, you will. Phones exist.
Phones will exist, but to me, you're unavailable because of your relaxing time. I'm gonna keep it like that.
What relaxing time?
Yeah, I love to call it relaxing time when you go out and you're not available at times. Relaxing times. Besides work. Work is something completely different.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine. I'm really tired, but I'm fine. It's been a long week, Ed. It's been a busy, long, weird, confusing week.
Oh, tell me about it. Same here.
Yeah.
So. I gotta do it again starting Monday. So, yay.
At least you have to sit in a car for 10 hours tomorrow.
True, but I gotta be on my feet for 7 hours. So,
yeah, at least you're moving.
I am, but it's the day before Father's Day, so
it's fair. That is fair. So
yes.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of like third week of the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, still loving it, still enjoying the system. Cannot wait till this Thursday.
Why? What's Thursday?
I get to go game shopping. I gotta pay my car insurance, and then I gotta get an oil change. But because I'll have extra money, I'm gonna use some of that extra money for games. So, and then not splurge too much, but like get my Switch 2 games, like Cyberpunk and stuff like that, and Yakuza.
Oh yeah, Yakuza. I keep forgetting about that, but I need to play these other games first. I can't buy everything at once. Who knows? I'll probably just play Disney Dreamlight Valley the entire way down.
Yeah.
I have to redo my island. It's bothering me.
Why?
It's getting full. I gotta move some people around. I haven't even made it to the other two islands yet.
That's okay, Corey. You need to progress in the game.
Hey. I very happily did the Alice in Wonderland and Mulan things, okay?
Yes.
Relax.
Yes.
That took a whole 3 hours.
You still gotta progress in the game.
Hey, I'm getting there. I built Tiana a slow cooker. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I'm farming so I can sell the vegetables for money so I can build Tiana's restaurant because I'm funding her restaurant apparently.
Oh wow!
So throw the whole plot of that movie out the window. I'm just gonna give her the money.
Oh wow!
Sounds like real life.
Here's the money. Go. Here's the money. Go make your. You know what? I'm just gonna keep on moving. Yeah.
So
here's the money. Build your place, and let's keep moving.
Yeah, it's something. It's happening.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to play is the problem, and I have Xenoblade, which is kind of at the top of my list, I think. So.
But you can't get Expedition 33 out your system at this time.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to if I'm leaving because I can't take my Xbox with me.
Right, just watch. That's going to end up in a Nintendo Direct, and it's going to get a shadow drop. I'm gonna be
dang. Well, It better be
If it
coming
gets,
to
um,
Switch too, I
I mean,
would imagine.
dude, if it just, even if it just got like a digital shadow drop and then physical later, that's buku money for them and downloads.
Hmm. Yeah. I'll be buying it. I might even buy that physical.
Okay.
So,
Well,
anyways.
how about we get into some housekeeping? Everybody, this is into the Pod Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. We record each and every episode live on Twitch, YouTube, X, or if you want to call it Twitter, every Saturday night. So come hang out, be a part of the conversation in the live chat, and give us a follow while you're here, while you're there. If you'd like to support Boss Rush, you can check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can gain early and exclusive access to content like to the Pod Block One Up Patreon show and Expansion Pass. Become a Patreon producer and more. As always, if you can't support us financially or join us live, your listenership and viewership is enough for us. Subscribe to Boss Rush on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review or a comment. It will help with discoverability and growth. New episodes post every Monday morning on podcast apps, YouTube, and our website on bossrush.net, where you can also find our daily betters, reviews, listicles, and more. Sorry about that, everybody. Sometimes I
It's just
am
popular.
getting uh job stuff. But today I am not working, or I can't work today because some other things that are happening outside of outside of Boss Rush and Pop. So
Hmm.
yes. Uh so yes. Corey, how about we get into Nintendo?
Sure.
So well, for me, while working at my friend's um job, working at his place or his building, staying company, everybody. Um, I was actually, going to the grocery store down there and got to taste their chicken nuggets and got some Baby Ray's honey mustard because they didn't have the Jack Daniel sauce that I like, the honey barbecue. So just try that, and then had pretzel turkey sandwiches, which was really good. It's like the bread is made out of pretzels, which is just really good with that. Had some chipotle today. This time of course I got extra rice, but I stuffed it with um the pulled chicken, of course the rice. I had some lettuce, sour cream, um uh the salsa that they have on and the fajitas. So I kind of stacked it this one since I was gonna pick it up and go home and take it. And man, was it good. I was just like, "Ooh, yes." And I had some pull and peel twisters, and some little Debbie oatmeal creams. But that's pretty much it. Nothing big, or nothing new. Just kept it kind of cool this week with the foods that I ate.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
My so my mom came over to watch the kids today while my wife worked and I was at work, and she brought over a vegetable pizza. So that's what I had for dinner.
Mm.
There, it's not like a hot pizza. It's
Yeah.
basically what it is like a rolled out croissant kind of thing in a tray, and then you
Hmm.
bake the croissant and then you line it with like I don't know, some sort of ranch dip, and then cheese and broccoli and carrots and cauliflower and kind of whatever else you want on it. Um,
A
but it was good.
vegan pizza.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I guess, but it was good. No, it's not vegan because there's cheese on it.
Oh,
Come on, Ed.
okay.
Come on.
Well, Just making sure. I didn't know if she's vegan and
Nope.
or half vegan.
My family has zero dietary restrictions that they care about.
It's eat to your heart's content.
So, yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Uh, well, Corey, how about we get into
No.
play? Can we get into play with
No.
power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch. 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 Yeah. Um. Who wants to go first? You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first because I don't have
Great.
much. So, um, I'm close to the end of Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I just got the last battery in the game because you have to recoup these batteries. And now there's like a manor, my auntie's manor that the character has that you gotta go to. But now I'm just exploring the world trying to get any stuff that I miss. Because there's a lot of badges and stuff that I missed and a lot of things that I gotta do to get it. So I'm just doing a lot of side stuff before I get into the game, finish the game. It says I'm at like 21 hours in this game, so I just like really been playing a lot of it.
Nice.
Um, Started up Lollipop Chainsaw, Repop. Played it on Switch 2. I just did the update, so I haven't started yet, but that's kind of going to be like my next game. Um, Started up The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker from the GameCube NSO, and it looks beautiful. And yes, I love the frame rate that it's running at. Like that 60 FPS frame rate. So smooth and fluid. I'm like, oh, this is so good. So that's what I'm playing. I am gonna get back into Fantasy Life I after I finish some stuff. But those three, those games are what I play. And I kind of want to start the Contra game that Wait For It did. I kind of want to play that on the Switch to see if that's gonna run a little bit better and stuff. But that's pretty much all I play. I haven't played my Xbox in a while, but I will be getting back to playing some Xbox. It's just that Switch 2 is just so good. Um, that or just amazing that I just can't stop playing it.
Nice. As for me, I'm still playing through Expedition 33. I'm following a guide this time to 100% it because there are costumes and, either hard bosses or secret bosses I didn't fight on my first playthrough. And I'm kind of upset I didn't do it on my first playthrough because some of the bosses are like very story heavy, like should do that. So uh yeah, so I've been doing that. I still really love this game. It's
Is Does the game offer you difficulty levels like easy, normal, hard?
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's 3 difficulty levels. There's story mode, normal mode, and uh and I think it's called expeditioner mode, which is like the hard mode.
Yeah.
And then New Game Plus is it gets harder. Each level gets harder, but that's because you're already like super leveled up and whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah, I'm just playing on normal. I don't have time for these other hard modes unless there's an achievement attached to it. Then maybe I'll try to do it. But uh, yeah, I'm actually thinking about taking my Xbox controller with me on vacation and like trying to play this like the cloud version from Game Pass
Uh-huh. Oh
on
wow.
awful hotel Wi-Fi. So we'll see. Uh, but yeah, it's an amazing game. Uh I bought that Monolith edition, which I got the email that said they're starting production on them because pre-orders have closed. I'm like, oh well, I'm not getting that till like I don't know Thanksgiving,
Exactly.
but whatever, it's fine. I paid for it, so it's already paid for, and it'll just be a nice little surprise when I forget about it.
Ooh.
And then I bought the shirt from the IGN store that said it would be here in 3 to 4 business days, and it's now been 8 business days.
And it's still
So
not here.
it hasn't even shipped yet. Uh, so there's that. IGN can't count, but we know that from reviews.
Ooh.
Um, I'm just kidding. That was mean. That was really mean. Uh, anyways, I lost train of thought because I made that really terrible joke and then I apologize for it instantly. But on in terms of Switch, by the way, whenever they come out with figures for the or statues or figures for this game, I'm buying them all. I'm buying them all.
Oh, for Expedition 33?
Yeah, I mean, there's only going to be what 7
6.
or 8 at the most. 8? No, hold on. No, there could probably be upwards of like 12 or 13.
I remember, I guess they
Maybe
had a.
like 15 if you include the family members, but whatever. Anyways,
I know they had they was at some kind of con and they was speaking and they all dressed out like
yeah, they were in the back.
uh
They were yeah, it was IGN Live and the voice cast did a panel and they were all dressed in the baguette costumes that you can
yeah.
get in the game. So
I was just like, are they mimes? Like what the
no, they're
wait.
painters. They're French painters.
No, but that's the outfit that mimes use
I know,
when
but they're French painters. That's what those costumes are. Come on, Ed.
okay.
Go to
What?
art school, man.
That's I actually tried to not tried to was thinking about it and then found out how
I
much it was. I'm like, ooh.
I did, and it was not going anywhere. um, I love art. Don't go to school for art. It's very bad for you. Um, unless you're like an amazing animator or artist or something. But even
Yeah.
then, like, man, the animation career path. What a terrible career choice that feels like at this time. Let's see here. In terms of Switch, let me turn it on and see what I've been playing. So I've been playing a lot of the Switch 1 games that got updates just to see what they look like and
Hmm.
I mean they look good. Um they're they I don't know, the difference is noticeable but kind of negligible if that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least to me. They run a lot of them run better though. I do have to tell you though, Metroid Prime didn't get an update, but it looks and runs really well. Looks really good. Just throwing it out there. That maybe they
Wow.
should do 2 and 3 before 4 comes out. Just gonna throw that little nugget out there.
We may
I
see
still
that
feel
in
like I still feel
the
like
direct.
I still feel like whenever the next direct is, they're gonna reveal them and shadow drop them.
I I I think it's coming the end of this month.
I but see if you get too close, people are gonna be Metroided out when Metroid Prime 4 comes out. Like that's my worry.
Well, I think it's going to probably be a winter game. I feel like Metroid Prime is going to be
Hmm.
somewhere four. I should say it's going to be somewhere in October because they
Well,
can't
isn't
delay this game.
Pokemon's in October, right? So
My Pokemon was in the maybe so.
Pokemon ZA is in October.
Over. I mean,
I
they
mean, this
still
could
could
be.
do Prime.
I mean, this
Oh,
could
go ahead.
be what November, I guess, or December, like that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 slot that first week of December.
Hmm. Yeah,
But I think, but I think Nintendo wants to kind of get as many games into the game to the Game Awards. uh,
yeah,
they don't want to have an Indiana Jones situation, right, where they miss it by like a week because it came out in December. Uh, but also like I don't know. I guess it all depends. Also, there's a Pokemon Presents in July, also, right? So,
yes.
um,
I'm I'm kind of going to be shocked at the Game Awards if the show have a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 trailers and they're dope in there because like I think everybody's going to tune in more to see those kind of trailers, the Nintendo trailers, than anything else if they are back at the Game Awards.
mhm. I it's going to take a lot for I feel like it's going to take a lot for Expedition 33 to lose now, because so many games
Mm.
have moved and gotten delayed. And um, I mean, no offense to Mario Kart, but that's not winning. Donkey
Well,
Kong could, depending on,
it's it's very rare if Nintendo won anything
that's not true. I, I feel like that's
at
not
the
true.
Game Awards.
I
At the
don't know.
Game Awards,
Well, I
yeah,
guess lately,
that's
what was the last game of
bec-
the year they had? Was it Breath of the Wild?
um for Nintendo. It was Breath of the Wild because Tears of the Kingdom didn't win.
Right.
Got nominated, but it didn't win that year. I think what's his name game won. Well, no, Split Fiction won last year.
No, Split
Uh
Fiction just came out. Astrobot won last year.
oh, Astrobot won last year. What did I thought he?
It Takes Two won in 2022, I think.
Who got 23? Because
Red Dead,
23 is
God of War, God of War, or was that 22? I don't know, man. I don't remember. God of War
when
Ragnarok,
did
I think,
when
won at
did
some
that
point.
one boy show up on? That might have been 21.
Elden Ring. Jeez, idiot. Elden Ring won
Oh gosh,
in
that
2023.
was
Gosh, what an
when
idiot.
that was that's a shame that people remember the kid getting arrested, then then the game that won that year.
Not my problem, bro.
Yeah, because Tears lost. I think did Tears
Mhm.
lose to Elden Ring? I think Tears lost to Elden Ring.
Elden Ring came out that year. And Horizon. It was like all three of them came out.
Mhm.
uh I don't know, man. I don't remember anything anymore.
Yeah, Nintendo games is mostly just regulated to the family game of the year and stuff. You know, they don't really see Nintendo as a competitor or anything, and it's just like that's weird because like the game, like some of the games that got nominated, yeah, they made it. They may have reviewed better, but
Yeah,
I'm
but I
like,
think I think Nintendo's games, they're not going to win Game of the Year unless it's some 3D Mario or Zelda at this point. And it doesn't really matter because look how many units of Switch 2 Nintendo sold and look how much money they've made in the last decade, right? So
yeah,
they're like,
and
I don't know. Uh, the sound of money sounds a lot better than a falling trophy. Just saying.
true. And I think that's why when past years when Nintendo's presence was in there, everybody thought the show was just dull or boring or not good.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the one year where he was just cutting everybody off and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't get a chance to sign. I think that was 23.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, that was 23.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, was that a fiasco? But
It was something. So
so
I don't know, man.
yeah.
Uh, but other than that, like I've been playing a little bit of Mario Kart, trying to unlock costumes. I don't know how I feel about Mario Kart yet. I don't know if it's just because I've played so much Mario Kart in the last like year and a half because my kids have
Hmm.
gotten into it
Yeah.
or what, but I like it. It's fun, but I'm like not itching to play it, you know. And I think I'm on the fence where I think 8 is better. Um but I don't know yet. I will have to hold that judgment. Um I think the knockout tour or knockout tour, right? That's what it's called. Knockout tour is fun.
Hmm.
Uh but at the same time, I'm just I just I don't know. I'm ready for like a different different game. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk also, and I do have to say I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with the way the Cyberpunk runs on the Switch 2, especially
Yeah, I
after the
was
fiasco of the Xbox One and PS4 versions, right? Like I'm really impressed. It runs at a smooth frame rate. It looks really good. There are certain parts that don't look great. Um, specifically like the character creator is kind of really pixelated for some reason. Uh,
Hmm.
like the shadows on the the character creator screen the shadows are very pixelated. Uh, Whenever you're looking at your character in like the mirror or like the inventory screen or whatever, your character looks really muddy and I don't know. Character looks weird, but I guess you don't have to spend that much time on the character model if it's first person, so it kind of doesn't matter. But
Hmm.
I don't know. But I have to say the NPCs, especially like the named NPCs and the main characters, all look. I thought I was playing the Xbox version in some
Ooh.
points. Like it looks great. It looks really good. Um, and it definitely runs above 30 frames a second. Although I think the frame rate is uncapped, so I definitely expect it to dip at some point. Like when
Hmm.
there's a lot of explosions or gunfights or whatever, especially when you get into the Phantom Liberty expansion, right? But overall, I'm very impressed. A lot of people are saying it runs better on the Switch 2 than it does on the Steam Deck, which, not that surprising in my opinion, but uh, still cool to hear.
Yeah,
Um,
that's very interesting.
yeah. Uh, so I've been playing that. And then I played a
And
little bit
shout
of
out,
Street. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I would say, shout out to CD Project Red. They did it in house, for Switch. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we talked about it at some point, but I think their engineers and their team likes a challenge of,
Hmm.
especially like with how poorly optimized that game was, right? Like, I think they like the challenge of that proving people wrong and that they can still do this, right? And they can
Hmm.
make it better. Uh, which reminds me, I actually booted up The Witcher 3 also on Switch 2. Doesn't have a Switch 2 patch, but it definitely runs smoother. Definitely upscaled a little bit. It looks and runs really nice. Kind of made me
I feel
want to
like,
play. What?
I feel like that game's gonna get a patch sometime. It should, I think.
I mean, it got patched for everything else, man. Why not? But it made me kind of want to play it, but then I was like, I don't know, man. I got too many other games to play and then go back to this. And then I played some Disney Dreamlight Valley. Ed's already yelled at me about trying to finish some stuff so I can move on to the expansions that I purchased like a year and a half ago.
No, I'm talking about moving on in the game in the story. Well, so you could just beat the main game.
I mean, look, man, I'm still trying to like make some rope for Ursula to like hang herself or something. I don't know what she's doing with
Oh,
it. Um,
Corey.
that was mean. Uh, Hogwarts Legacy also runs really well. It's I mean that game definitely feels like I'm playing the Xbox version.
Mm.
Um, so overall, a lot of the third party games are running really great. Street Fighter runs great also. I played a little bit of it. I didn't play a lot, but it definitely is an upgrade over the Mortal Kombat ports. Uh, so not that I think Mortal Kombat 11 was that port was pretty decent, but the Mortal Kombat 1 was like really rough
Oh
to
yeah.
look at. I mean, look, you're trying to force a Xbox Series X and PS5 game onto an Xbox 360 essentially. So, um, there's going to be some downgrades, but overall, having some fun. I'm looking forward to playing some games this week. I purchased Kinitsugami, Path of the Goddess, so I will be trying that out as well as finally giving Xenoblade Chronicles a true try. Finally, um, I'm probably going to start a new game. I'm like 10 hours in, but I'm just probably going to start a new one because I kind of forget what's going on. So,
Okay.
but Ed,
Yes.
we never talked about Summer Game Fest on this show, really, and the
No, we
Xbox
have
Summer
not.
Showcase, and
Yes.
a little bit of the state of play. And I know when Stephanie was on last week, we talked a little bit about the indie stuff that was going on, but
Mhm.
the big stuff we did not.
Yes. So everybody, we're gonna just like talk about the state of play. Talking about the Xbox Game Showcase and the main show, the Summer Game Fest. We know that there was had the Southeast Asia direct or showcase. There was a PC showcase. Devolver Digital did something. Like there was other showcases also. But a lot of people tuned in to the Summer Game Fest State of Play, which jumped everything off, and then that Sunday Xbox kind of closed it out in a sense. So Corey,
Mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
let's start. Should we start with? Do you want to start with State
Let's
of
just go
Play?
in order. Let's just go in order. State of play, sure.
Okay, so for the State of Play, um, all the games that they announced were kind of like really cool. We got Bloodstain, the Scarlet Engagement. We got Astrobot with some more levels coming in that people could play. Um, Baby Steps is a game where you control a man, like his feet and hands and stuff.
That game
That looked
just.
so terrible.
This is one of those games that people are going to stream for like a week and then
Mhm.
like be real. The players are going to be really annoyed with it, but there's going to be a lot of clip worthy memes come out of this game, and it's going to annoy everybody for about a month. Uh, I don't know, man. This reminds me of like a remember that Octodad game that came out.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of that. I think it's the same developers actually, if I'm
Hmm.
not mistaken. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Wild Horses, I think, is the developer. And man, dude, I just
I don't get the
sometimes
appeal
these
of it.
games are charming and sometimes they're just annoying. And this feels like one of those annoying ones.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just don't get the appeal of it. I'm like, huh?
yeah. But going back to Astrobot, I'm glad they're still supporting that game. Um, I'm really happy that that game is seeing life because it's
Hmm.
that game is adorable. I still want to get it and play it. I still haven't played it. Um, it just looks really fun and cute and lighthearted, which is obviously something that PlayStation doesn't do very often.
Yes.
And it just, I don't know, seeing all the bots and all the costumes, it just kind of makes me happy. It make Astrobot is exactly what I think every like fans wanted Little Big Planet to be, and it never was.
Hmm.
You know, because they had all the costumes and the platforming and stuff, but it was never like fun. You know, like the platforming was really floaty and the design mechanics weren't really optimized for controller. And like Astrobot just kind of does it right, in my opinion. And I mean, I don't need a new one every 2 years or something, but I think like having
Hmm.
an Astrobot game, the way that Nintendo has a Mario game, a 3D Mario game every generation, like I think that would really work for Sony just to have this. Uh, so third time's a charm, I guess, though, right? Because Knack was they tried to do that with Knack also,
Oh gosh, I
and then they
beat
made
Knack
Knack
2.
2.
I beat I beat Knack 2 before I beat Knack 1, and it was a struggle with
I
those
had
games.
I I thought the tech in Knack was cool when they showed it off,
Yes.
but also like Resogun. uh, so yeah, man, PS4. What a what a console. The PS4, man.
I don't
I really think the PS4 is a pretty good console, but we can talk about that later. We can have an expansion pass on that later at some point.
yeah, cuz yeah. So, um
Um,
anything else, Corey, before I move on?
no, let's just move on.
Okay.
I will say something if I think it's worth talking about.
Okay. We got Cairn, CAIRN. It's a
Wait, which
uh
website are you on?
I'm on PlayStation blog.
Okay, that's where I'm at. Did you say Bloodstained?
Yeah, Bloodstained the Scarlet Engagement. I did.
I need your opinion on Bloodstained because
So,
you're the I think you liked that first game.
yeah, I did. I enjoyed Bloodstained. Um, it took a while to like like I beat it all the way on Series X. Uh, no, I'm sorry. I beat it all the way on Switch. I played it on Switch and beat it, and I have it on Xbox that I need to play it all the way through to get like the achievements and stuff. I thought it was a Castlevania style game. I figured, this got Iga's hands on it, Igarashi's hands on it. I grinded when I needed to. I searched. Um, beat some bosses, beat the game, got the I guess the okay ending, but I need to go back and look at a strategy guide to get the best ending, like the true ending.
Mm,
It was fine. It wasn't bad or anything.
mm.
Uh, this one though looks like it's going for like the Castlevania games where you swap your characters. The one for DS. I know it's on the
Harmony
collection.
of Dissonance.
Not that one. Uh-uh.
Order of no, not Order of Ecclesia.
It's the one before that, Order of Ecclesia.
Aria of Sorrow.
N- um,
It's the DS game you said.
yes. Uh,
Well, the 3DS games were Dawn or Dawn of. Hold on.
Portrait of Ruin. That's it.
Yeah, that one. What was I thinking
Ye-
of?
Yeah, because you said Order of Ecclesia. I'm like, and I was just like, that is the one before that one. But yeah, Portrait of Ruin, because it has that 2 player where you can swap, and so it looks like this
Mm,
is what it's going for.
yeah.
With this game, which is fine, which I have no problem with it.
Mm,
When I seen this trailer, I thought I was just like, okay, this is the Bloodstain art style and look
mm,
to it. So I was just wondering, like, it was a sequel. Then you told me that it's a sequel, but it's an actual prequel on
mhm.
how everything started and
Yeah.
everything. So I think this game is going to be really good. It's going to, as long as it's priced reasonably, like if it's $24 or $30, I think that'd be a reasonable price for this game.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be like 40 or at least $40. The last
Mm.
one was $40, I think.
Yeah,
So I would actually probably push this up to 50, I think, but uh,
running on modern hardware, yeah, I can see them doing that kind of price, doing the 50.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, I think it's gonna look really good. I think it's gonna play great. I hoping that there's just something new to it than just adding 2 players. I mean, 2 characters at the same time because it's kind
mhm,
of already been done in this style of gaming. So I want to see Iga and his team do something different.
mhm. Yeah, I hope it's good because I know people really like these games. So yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So, Care is a survival climb game. Digimon Story Time Stranger. Everybody's hyped, or not everybody. There's some people who are very hyped for it. It was a weird trailer because I was just like, "Oh, this is something new. Oh, this is a little bit spooky. Oh, this is a mystery. Oh, this is Digimon."
Mm,
Like they did like you don't get Digimon vibes to almost like halfway through the trailer.
mm. Yeah. I have zero interest in this, Edward.
I think Daniel is excited for this one. Uh, there's a lot of people who are excited for this.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean that's
so
fine, but I don't. I'm not.
everybody's go off hot shots.
Yeah. Give it to me. Give me a good golf game. We haven't had any good golf games on Nintendo since Mario Golf Toadstool Tour on the GameCube.
Yes.
And we'll leave it at that. Looks good
Uh,
though. I can't wait for this. It's coming to Switch also,
yes.
which is hilarious.
I've never played the Hot Shots game.
Oh man, you should. You should play the PSP version. It has Kratos in it.
Oh wow. Um, and then we have Final Fantasy Tactics, the Endless
Yeah.
Chronicles. That
Who's
kind of
excited?
Well,
I am. Don't take this excitement away from me, Edward.
I'm not. I am going to buy this game.
And you're going to like it.
Yes. I guess I'm not as hyped as everybody are about it. It's because, of course, I didn't get it for PlayStation 1 when it came out.
You got it for PSP. You got the War of the Lions version, which is the best version.
I didn't even get that one because I didn't have a PSP, so there was no need for it. I wasn't just in the Tactics kind of game when it comes to role playing games and strategy. I just wasn't into it. I mean, but now that's coming to Switch, and it's Square Enix. I'm going to support.
Can't wait! I can't wait because it has the War of the Lions translation version on it. I'm like, yes. I know people are excited for the voice acting and stuff, but I mean, I don't care either way. I just very excited, very very excited.
I think people are just excited that it's finally announced and it's coming out.
There's only one more game from that NVIDIA leak needs to come out for every game to be real.
I wonder is that story? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's the Final Fantasy IX remake is the last game on that list. From like 5 years ago. Kingdom Hearts 4 was on that list, and everybody's like, that game's not coming out. And then they showed the trailer. It was like, it's real. Man, give me Kingdom Hearts. Come on. Give it to me on Switch 2. Give it to me. All of it. The story so far. Give it to me.
We had Ghost of Yotai Hirogami. Looks cool. It's a 3D action platformer.
And then we have blazed over Ghost of Yotai
because they said they're doing a direct for it. They're going to have its own showing. So
I was just kidding. I couldn't care less about this game. I didn't like Ghost of Tsushima, so I did not like it. It just was like. This is literally every Assassin's Creed game that everybody hates, but now Sony made it so they think it's good. That's some BS. Whatever.
Well, you guys can read my review on it on bossfish.net.
Don't bother. Don't read it. Just kidding. Yeah. But Hirogami looks awesome. It looks like Paper Mario and Death's Door had a baby. And Hyper Light Drifter.
I'm hoping for Death's Door too, so bad.
Yeah, I just I wish there were. I need to find more games like Death's Door, and like I know there are games out there like Death's Door, but like the quality of Death's Door, and like this game kind of looks like it. This game looks really cool, man. I think this game looks awesome. Hirogami.
Yes. And then they announced First Light 007.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. Got Zoomer James Bond.
Jimmy Bond. It says IO Interactive's third-person action adventure game 007 First Light. Third-person action adventure game unveils a new James Bond origin story. Discover the events that lead a young maverick to become the best MI16 agent and the world's most iconic spy when the game. MI6. That's it. MI16.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. MI6 agent and the world's most iconic spy when the game launches on PS5 next year or releases on consoles next year.
I can't wait. It's coming to Switch 2. Lashif is in Hitman right now as the elusive target, and it almost made me buy Hitman on Switch 2. But I'm like, I remember playing Hitman, and I would rather watch people play Hitman than actually play Hitman. So I didn't. I resisted. I bought Kinitsugami instead. But I'm very excited. This looks like they're really kind of leaning into the gadgets and the old school kind of James Bond stuff, like the laser watch and the car with the stuff in it, and you know what I mean. Like
Hmm.
it's just, I'm very, I'm very much looking forward to this. I think, I think James Bond needs a. As much as I love that franchise, and I really love all of the Daniel Craig movies, I do think that franchise needs some sort of boost in the arm to revitalize itself. And obviously, we're getting a new Bond, like a new actor playing Bond. A lot
Yeah.
of people seem to think it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, uh, which was Quicksilver in the Avengers, and he is Craven the Hunter, and he was Kick Ass. So, uh, a lot of different ways that could go, but it seems he's the favorite. So we'll see. I still think Henry Cavill or Idris Elba would make great James Bonds, but that's, whatever, man. Dude, if this was like 5 years, even 5 years ago, man, Idris Elba's James Bond for like three
Hmm.
movies, dude, he'd be so good. You can't tell me he wouldn't be a good James Bond.
Oh, he would definitely be a great James Bond.
Gosh, dude, he's so like, his delivery is
He,
good. He's
yes,
imposing, but also like can probably pull off the handsome tuxedo martini drinking dude that picks up all the ladies. Like, I think he would be an awesome James Bond. But
and and he's funny when he wants to put the comedy on
yeah,
and stuff. He's funny.
yeah, yeah. So I also think Henry Cavill probably would have made a pretty decent James Bond. But
Oh, everybody would go see that, but then they're gonna be like, okay, you got to make sure this isn't um like Mission Impossible. You got to keep
mhm,
it James Bond. But I think Henry Cavalier is Cavalier. I think he's like super talented. It could really pull off some spy stuff.
yeah,
He
he
got the look and the build for it.
yeah, he's got a lot of other projects in the works though. Like I think he's attached. He's definitely attached to the Warhammer series that Amazon's doing. I think he's
Hmm.
attached to the Mass Effect series that either Netflix or Amazon is doing. I think it's Amazon now. It was at Netflix, but I think Amazon's doing it now. Um, so I whatever. They usually make the right choice. I don't remember the last Bond I didn't like. I guess Timothy Dalton was not amazing, but whatever. Pierce Brosnan is still my favorite Bond. He's awesome.
Was
I
Daniel
just
Craig in that? Daniel Craig was in the
yeah.
last one. That was his last one, right?
hmm Yeah, he's in 5. He was Bond for 5 movies. So
I
uh,
think the last one I seen was the one with uh,
that's
Matt
Casino
Nicholson.
Royale. That was like 20 years ago, dude.
What was after
Yeah,
Casino Royale?
because it went Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, No Time to Die.
Skyfall. Then it's the last one. I didn't see Spectre, and No Time to Die.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It was very. Um, no Time to Die, I think, is probably the weakest of those movies, but it was still really
mhm.
fun. It was fun.
I think like 007, I think it's for me are movies that I just need to watch at home because I feel like if I go see them in the theater, I'm gonna be asleep.
Yeah. My dad and I always go see James Bond when it comes to the theater, so that's kind of like you know a thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I really didn't start watching like James Bond stuff until like Daniel Craig. It wasn't nothing, nothing about those movies like
hmm
one me wanted to see them or anything. They didn't draw my attention and attraction to them. So I was just like,
Yeah, the first James Bond movie I saw had Sean Connery in it, but it's not technically a. I don't know. There was like someone made a James Bond movie without the James Bond license, but they cast Sean
mhm.
Connery in it, and he had already retired from being James Bond, but he came back for this one for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, but it was like the production quality was so bad on this that like I don't even know if the like James Bond canon even considers it a James Bond movie at this point. But like he would shoot the guns, but like there would be no sparks from the bullets coming out of the gun, right? It just
Yeah.
he's just like waving it around in the in the room like he was shooting people, but nothing was coming out. Um,
But it
really
had the
bad, like
sound effect.
really bad, like early green screening effects. Like it was weird, man. But I do like James Bond movies. The older ones, like I don't know. I it's hard for me to go back to old movies at this point, like
Hmm.
old movies, you know, like from like the 60s and 70s. Like it's really hard for me to go back and watch those. But like I don't know. I still watch like the Pierce Brosnan ones from time to time, and I really like the Daniel Craig ones. But I don't know that last one Pierce Brosnan did with Halle Berry. Even though I'm a big fan of Halle Berry,
Hmm.
she's a good actress too. Uh, um, was
I still need to watch her Catwoman.
no, you don't. Photos will suffice.
I mean, but I like how campy it was. Everybody said. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a great movie, but people were just like, yeah, it's campy fun.
Yeah, it's but yeah, the back to this game. I think it looks really fun. I think it looks modern. It's weird to see like a young James Bond at this point, but like
Hmm.
it looks fun. I will definitely be getting this, and I will probably be playing it on Switch too.
Yes. So, well, Corey, we have Luminous Arise.
Yeah.
Um, Marvel Token Fighting Souls.
Oh, you don't want to talk about
Uh,
Luminous?
no, it's from people. It's
It's
from Miss
from the people who made
Gucci.
the Tetris Effect
Yes, I
and
know,
Res
but I think
Infinite. Come on,
yes.
it looks
But we got
awesome.
it was great. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it or anything.
You didn't like the music?
I love the music.
That was the first thing I thought. I was like, Ed's gonna love this music. Now you don't even want to talk. Why are we even here, Ed?
What?
Why are we even here?
I spoke about Luminous on the expansion pass, everybody. If
Doesn't
you want
matter.
to know my thoughts about it,
Doesn't matter. This is coming out first. They don't know that.
I know that, but they may be able to like get it early by subscribing to our Patreon.
This is
That's
still
what
coming
I
out first,
remember.
so it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I will say that I was super happy to see Mizuguchi and hear the music of this game. Like it's looks beautiful. Um, there's not much to say because it is a puzzle game. I definitely want to hear the soundtrack. That's what I want to hear for it.
Yeah,
So,
it's gonna be good.
um,
I did
you
download
know,
Tetris Effect, dude, on the Switch too.
uh
Looks nice. It's really nice.
huh.
It does. It does. So it it does look brighter on the Switch OLED,
Yeah,
but but it definitely looks sharper on the Switch too. And come on, it's Tetris, and I'm really only playing it for Tetris and the music. So
yeah.
oh, it's so good though, dude. Tetris Effect, so
I'm,
good.
I
Everybody should
may
play
have to.
Tetris Effect.
I may have to game share too for Switch to my Switch 2
Mm.
or transfer it over.
So good. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I just want to talk about every game. I definitely think the State of Play was the best out of all the showcases by far.
Well,
Anyways, continue.
so um, yes, Marvel Tokyo Fighting Souls, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater looks really good. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection got announced, so that's gonna have like Mortal Kombat's 1 to 3 and Mortal Kombat 4. It seems that they're gonna have all editions of this game. So
The Game Boy
arcade and
games.
console and handhelds and stuff. Yeah. So you'll be able to play. I think it was Mortal Kombat 2 or Mortal Kombat 3 on the Game Boy Advance. It was one of them that EGM gave it a zero point 0.
Yikes.
And then, yeah, that's the only game during that era that has actually got a zero point 0.
Dang.
Um,
Well, I'm happy for people who are excited for Mortal Kombat. I have just kind of decided I am not a Mortal Kombat person. I tried with
how many
11. What?
had you played like one or two, one,
I
two, or three,
played.
like that?
I probably haven't played them in like 25 years. Honestly,
But
the
did
last
you?
time I played them was on Sega Genesis.
Okay,
Um, I did play 9, 10, and 11 though. 9X and 11. Sorry. Uh,
okay.
I played through the story modes. I think the story modes are really cool. I really like their approach to the story modes. Um, and Injustice was also very good. 1 and 2 were very good. I only bought Injustice 2, honestly, because the Ninja Turtles were in it, and I played it for like
Mhm.
3 days and felt like I got my money's worth out of it.
And
But
I
every
know
time
you're not. Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say every time I played Injustice 2 as the Ninja Turtles, I was just like, man, I wish Rocksteady would make that Ninja Turtles game that was rumored like 10 years ago.
I wonder what they're doing now.
Batman. They already confirmed they're doing a single player Batman game.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if it's an Arkham game or not, but they did confirm that they are going back to a single player Batman game. This this definitely screams though. This definitely screams BioWare is no longer making Anthem or uh multiplayer Dragon Age. We're gonna try to shift and hopefully make something that's playable. um, but I
Well,
don't know.
shoot, that's that is expression pass about um companies finally might be moving away from stuff.
Mhm.
Uh,
uh, by the way, Digital Foundry finally did a video on Batman Arkham Knight on Switch 2.
uh-huh.
um, and spoilers, it's still not great. They said like it run the frame rate has smoothed out, but like there's still a lot of unoptimized texture pop in, and it really
Mhm.
shows when you do the Batmobile driving stuff because the game is moving faster than the game can render the graphics. So like
Yeah.
it's really strange, but um I don't know. I still am thinking about buying Arkham Asylum separately. It's $10 right now. Thinking about it.
I would buy like for me, I would probably buy Arkham Knight because I feel like that's longer. Um,
You mean City?
because of the site. Yeah, cities, not night. Dang it. Yeah, city. Um, only because I like city. And I like Asylum. I kind of did almost everything in the Asylum. Plus, I got like that on Xbox and stuff. City, I did beat the game, finish the campaign, but I feel like there's a lot of side stuff that I didn't do in that game.
Yeah, I didn't. I played City on Wii U, and I didn't care for it, but I did really like Origins,
Yeah, I
which
wish they
nobody
would bring
ever.
Origins.
Yeah, nobody ever acknowledges its existence ever, and it really bothers me. Um, because that game is actually really good,
Uh,
but I don't know. I played that on Wii U also. Played a lot of games on Wii U. It was awesome. I love the Wii
I
U.
I I have Origins on Wii U.
I still have my Wii U hooked up over there, Ed. It's over there, hooked up,
Yes,
ready to go
yes.
for when I feel like playing Wind Waker and Twilight Princess because they're clearly never coming over to Switch or Switch 2 ever.
They'll be like, "Well, we got the GameCube version, so everybody can play that."
Gross.
No, we need the HD version because you took some things out, and made it easier to play. The GameCube
Yeah,
don't make it easier,
and it's in HD and run and looks nice.
right? I don't feel
Uh,
like going to find all of those maps to find the Triforce
yeah, nobody wants to do
pieces.
that. Nobody wants to do that.
Oh,
But we're getting another Zelda game this year, so we're gonna have to wait till next year. Here's the thing, Ed. They said they want a Zelda product out every year. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
what it is, right? Got a lot of
Yes.
there's still a lot of games that could be remade, some ports, some HD remasters. Still, they could still come over, right? I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
could do a link. We could do a Link Between Worlds that can move over. We could do some Triforce Heroes. You know, we could
Yes.
I don't know, make some sort of weird tactical RPG spin-off. Give that to Ubisoft. Let them make that. Um, I don't know, give From Software and let them make that a Ganon takeover Souls game that I had pitched like 10 years ago. Dude, I'm telling you, man, if you made a Zelda game, if you made a Dark Souls Zelda game and you played as Ganon, dude, I'm telling you, people would go nuts for that. People would go crazy for that.
What would Nancy do it? Would Anuma be like, let's just go the other way and let's go
Dude,
dark?
they made Cadence of Hyrule and Hyrule Warriors. You really don't think they would make a quality game like From Software do a Dark Souls game?
I mean, to
I mean,
have
Cadence of Hyrule. I
your
don't want to say Cadence of Hyrule isn't a quality game because it is, but it's not. It's not like a AAA Zelda game or anything. So,
right, but to have like your main antagonist
mm-hmm.
be the lead character. Um,
that's the point, though. That's the cool part about it is
because
like you play as Ganon.
mm,
Like maybe maybe it's the dark timeline, maybe it's the calamity, maybe it's maybe it's something along those lines, right? Like there's a lot of different things you could do with that.
because there's only like for Nintendo themselves, there's only one antagonist that has their own game, and that's Wario.
Mario's not an antagonist, he's just a grouchy farting kart racer.
I mean, but he is the main antagonist of Super Mario Land, the Six Golden Coins. Uh, and then I mean, besides his mini games, he has WarioWare Shake It. And what was the GameCube one? Because that was my treasure.
I don't know.
That might actually be Shake It. Yeah.
I don't know.
But Wario, like as a antagonist, is the only one that has their own game from Nintendo as an evil character. Now, not saying that they shouldn't do Ganon, but it's just like what's like how did you create that?
I mean, it's just a Dark Souls game where you play as Ganon. I don't know. Make it hard, make the bosses super hard. Like I don't know. I think it would be really cool to see like I don't know. I'm not like a huge FromSoft fan by any stretch of the imagination. I
Mhm.
actually like I'll play their games for like 10 hours and then feel really bored and just put them down. But like I really think to capture a new audience, I think as a Ganon dark dark Zelda game starring Ganon, like literally like maybe when he kills the bosses, like maybe he doesn't kill them, maybe he captures them like um like a Goma. Like imagine fighting this massive Goma spider
Mhm.
as Ganon and capturing it and then trapping it in the forest temple, or like uh
Do you think they do like Ocarina of time travel thing, him being small or being young? I mean,
my
or being older, or just like literally, like you said, as an original story, just keep him small, like
I
an
mean
evil
my
version of Link.
I mean this would be like a massive game. My thought would be like you start out as the king of thieves, or like the thief of the man who was born in Gerudo Valley or whatever, right? Like the
Oh,
thief, like you start out as the thief or whatever, and then it's like the rise of Ganon taking over Hyrule. Like you progress through the story to become, you know, that
or at least get the Triforce, because he's the Triforce of wisdom,
power.
of power.
Zelda's wisdom, Link is courage, he's power.
Courage. So, because that, I think that's what it would have to lead up to. That he like,
Well,
how does he get?
maybe he's born with it, and like they don't know what it is, and maybe he's
Mhm,
confronted with it, and maybe defeating all of these monsters makes him more powerful, and like the more powerful you get, the more the Triforce piece that he is or has gets more like becomes more prominent or whatever. I don't
mhm.
know. I think it would be cool, but
Maybe
also
because
I might
maybe
get bored after like 10 minutes.
because my thing would be like maybe it's some of the gods or the protectors of Hyrule or whatever um that he defeats and breaks the seals and everything to make it weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like you can't fight Zelda or Link because that mean that would have
Mm-hmm.
unless they were leading up into that. Hey, let's do it where Ganon does defeat Link, so we can set up as our next game that Link gets his revenge,
That's what I'm
or
saying. Maybe
that.
it's the dark timeline where Link dies in Ocarina,
Mhm,
like that timeline. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be interesting uh, to explore that because you know, uh, anyways,
yeah. So,
had to get our
yeah.
Nintendo talk in there.
We got Ninja Gaiden Rage Bounce that's coming out July 31st. It's a
how do you
2D.
how do you feel about this?
I'm getting it. I love the it looks easier to play, and I just like it looks fast and just like super cool in its graphic style and everything. So yeah, this is something for me definitely. Um, you know, yeah, it just looks so stylish. It does look like a platform game, and I will say it also looks like it it would give you more of a chance for survival. Like you still gotta learn things. I know it's still gonna be hard, but like it looks like you don't have to deal um with a lot of foolishness that the old NES games did.
Mm-hmm.
um, and everything. So I'm super excited to play this. And it definitely is going to be like a game for people who have good memorization and flow and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Just like as a ninja, you can't stick around; you got to move.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely that's a game for me. Um, Moving on from that, Neo 3 looks like it's gonna be good. I'll be picking that one up too.
Yeah,
Neo
it looks
3.
cool. They did that big reveal, like that character reveal at the end of the trailer, and I'm like, there's like 12 people who are like peeing their pants with excitement right now. uh,
Yes.
but yeah, I think it looks cool. I was kind of surprised to see this, but also I'm glad it's coming because I know people really like Neo.
Yeah. And they're really cool games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for it. Um, with that, Pragmata got announced. Or I would say got a release date, assuming.
This game looks
This is the
really cool.
Yes, it does. This
Yeah,
is from Capcom. Um, and it just looks like it's gonna be a fun shooter.
yeah.
Um,
It reminds me of like a if Dead Space wasn't scary.
kind of
But
like Dead Space meets Vanquish
yeah, I was
in a
about to say
sense.
Vanquish also. Yeah, I think the girl having powers is super cool as like a
Hmm.
secondary character.
Yeah.
I think she's an android, right? That's like the whole premise is you're like protecting this android girl.
Yes.
Um, but some of the jokes she has in this trailer and some of the thing, like she seems like really like a fun character to have as a companion. Um, which makes me feel like something sad is going to happen at the end of this game with her.
Oh, she'll get killed. or she'll get taken away, and you'll have to do a area that you don't have her,
She'll
that
get
she doesn't
reset
hold
or
your hand.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we also got a fighting stick from PlayStation um called Project Defiant. Um I guess that's cool for people who want to play a fighting game using
I mean,
um
I think it makes sense
stick.
since they're funding that Marvel fighting game with Arc System. Like they're publishing it. So I
Yeah.
guess it would make sense if you're going to publish a fighting game to have your own fight stick available. Um,
Plus Evo.
yeah, yeah. Plus they own Evo now, so
Mm.
I don't know. I think it makes sense for them to have one, or at least be kind of invested in that space. But um, I don't know. I don't really care, but I know people will probably get it and test it out. And um, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna publish that Marvel fighting game, you might as well have a fight stick to go with it. So
Pretty much, yeah. Um and, and then of course we got
is it is it
Romeo
sad
is
that
a demon.
I
Okay.
thought of you as soon as this game was sorry, I don't mean to keep
No,
interrupting
no,
you.
no.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
dude, as soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what it like. I knew it was a grasshopper game as soon as
You know
like
what?
that
I di-
choppy animation was done and like you saw like this him start swinging the swords and stuff. I'm like, this looks like No More Heroes. This looks like Lollipop Chainsaw. Like the animations, like I was like, this is a grasshopper game and Ed's gonna eat this up.
no. So when I seen it and I'm looking at this animation, I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be Fooly Cooly FLCL because that's a really popular anime. And it almost like mimicked that style. So when all of this stuff was happening, and then that happened, like the zombie came in, and he got the thing in the eye, and then it get into this wackiness. I'm like, what is this game? And then it says Suda 51. I'm just like, okay, gotcha. Because I know I'm just like, okay, I see the No More Hero influence. I see that this is some crazy action. Um, it's good to have Suda back and just be his bunkers self and being this cool and like lover games and stuff. Because he loves making that wacky out there games.
Mhm.
And he's about style. Um,
He
with
is. I didn't notice from his video game.
No, but he's about. I mean, he's about you. He's like he doesn't take himself seriously.
Yeah,
He's like being this cool person, and that video games. It don't have to be all this high fidelity and serious and stuff. It just needs to be a video game that's fun, wacky, and out there, and that's just like new, um,
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. And I think it's cool. I think people are going to be really happy with this who play it. It doesn't do
Mhm.
anything for me, honestly, but again, I not every game has to be for everybody, right? And like I just think I people who are Grasshopper fans are going to be very happy. I also think it has some Shadows of the Damned vibes to it,
Yeah,
like in terms of like the gore and how just weirdly gory it is. Um, so I definitely see that in it as well. But uh, yeah, I'm happy for those who are excited for this.
thank you.
Not you.
Uh, what the?
What?
Sea of Remnants, meet a world of puppet folk exploring the open sea and the secrets of oceanic action RPG. Sea of Remnants, which sets they have to stop doing this. I understand that not all my writing is that good, and shout out to the copy editors at Boss Rush. But good googly moogly, some of the stuff needs to be rewritten. Which set sails for PS5. Form a specialized crew to answer any challenges that lies beyond the horizon. Upgrade your ship to ride out any storm and return home with your spoils to Orbitopia, a pirate city that evolved based on your swashbuckling decisions. And then we got Silent Hill F, a horror game that It's taking place in Japan with high school kids. Um, not Corey's cup of tea or
Yeah,
anything.
pass. Hard pass on
Um,
this.
sort of C is their version of Journey, from the same team. Uh, it's just the same Journey. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow got announced. Ties of Tomorrow, Road 96 creator Digix Art returns with an intriguing and asynchronous multiplayer oceanic adventure comes to PS5 February 24th, 2026. Ties of Tomorrow's vibrant post-apocalyptic world interweaves your choice in the previous player decisions for a truly unique experience. You'll see echoes of that player's choice and actions that will help you avoid traps, solve puzzles, investigate what happened before, or simply adapt based on the other player's actions. And the game looks like they're trying to be like Destiny, but human form with some of the way that looks. And that was pretty much it for the state of play. Uh,
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think I mean, again, not every game was for me, but
mm-hmm.
not every game has to be for everybody. I think um I think there's definitely something here for everybody, and I think it was definitely, I think definitely Pragmata was awesome. I know, like,
Yeah,
Neo looks cool. Ninja Gaiden,
Rage
Ragebound, I
Bound.
know a lot of people are excited for. Metal Gear looks good. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I think the Marvel fighting game looks interesting just because there's a different spin on it and Arc System is working on it. So, there's a lot here that I really enjoyed and will be picking up for sure. Uh,
Yes.
definitely, definitely thinking about picking up Astrobot at this point. Everybody's Golf, I'll definitely be getting on Switch. Final Fantasy Tactics, definitely be getting on Switch. Hirogami, I'll definitely be getting on Switch if it comes there. Double Seven, Luminous. Uh, uh, I might try Ninja Gaiden Ragebound depending on how people feel about it. A lot of ninjas
Mm-hmm.
this year, man. Shinobi's coming out too, and we got two other Ninja Gaiden games. A lot of ninjas, man. Um,
Yes,
maybe
the year
they'll
of the
maybe they'll re
ninjas.
maybe they'll re-release Three Ninjas in theaters.
Oh wow. Well, it is the summer, so I wouldn't
Yeah, I
pass it
know.
up.
Um,
Like the summer camp kids movies.
mhm. So yeah, I think this was one of the best state of plays maybe ever, actually, in my opinion.
So that's kind of hard to me. That's kind of hard to say that this was the best. I thought the reveal of the PlayStation 5 one was good with those games that they got announced. I thought that one was a solid type one. I won't say
Yeah,
this one is better
Pragmata
than
was there
anything.
too.
Exactly. But if I would definitely give this B plus.
Yeah, definitely really, really good.
You know, and I'm the reason why I'm not giving it to the A, like an A minus or anything. Um, I think it was just um I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, so I can't be like hyped for a lot of these games just yet. But I am interested in a lot that I want to play. Like I think if they would have shown more of Ghost of Yotai, I probably would have reached it up to an A minus. But a B plus is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that'd probably be about the same. Um, I like I said, I don't really care about Ghosts of Yotei or Yotai, whatever they're calling it. I don't, but I think there's a lot of other things that are interesting, and I can play on other devices. So um,
Yeah.
I yeah, I don't know what else I can say that I haven't already said. I feel myself talking in circles, but I just have a lot of weird excitement energy, even though I'm tired, and that's when I start rambling. So let's move
Well,
on before I just keep talking.
well, everybody, we're gonna go to the Xbox Game Showcase. I'm gonna save the Summer Game Fest for last. Um, because like Xbox,
And I
they
already have the
showed
Summer Game Fest pulled up. Let me pull up the Xbox Wire.
yeah, because we have like 30 games that they announced for them. I didn't watch the Outer Wilds 2 30-minute show after it.
Mm-hmm.
Um so uh how do we go about this? So I I
Do you just want to go in order of the graphic that's on the Xbox Wire page?
um
Because it seems to go in order of popularity. It seems. I don't care. I
well
don't care how we do this. Um, because Xbox Wire
so
doesn't have it in order clearly.
right. So they have their like first party stuff and then like third party announcements.
Uh huh.
So I think that's fine. We could do that. We could just go the way that they have it. So Call of Duty Black Ops 7 got announced.
Man, I thought this
That
was something really new and exciting, and it just turned out to be another Call of Duty game.
that
Oh,
that that the first part of the trailer was so good.
I
I'm
know it
like,
was really cool.
I'm just like, oh, is Xbox and Liberty back? I'm like, is this Quantum Break? Is this? I'm
You know what
like,
I thought this
what?
was, to be honest with you?
Uh,
I thought it was a teaser for Ninja Theory's Project Mara because
hmm,
like they had those weird stairs, they had the glass walls, you know, kind of psychological things going on here. Like
mhm.
I thought it was that for a minute, and I was like, Call of Duty, come on. Like I get it, right? But also like this is I don't know, man. You
I think
put a lot of effort into teasing a Call of Duty game that we knew was coming out this year.
well, my thing I think for me was that I kind of like where they were going, and even when it got dark and they did like the twisting kind of view going
Mhm,
through like environments and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, this is creepy. I'm feeling this vibe. I want to know the story. I don't care if this is a third person action game or horror movie. I mean, horror genre. I'm for this.
mhm,
And then when they switched it to, I'm like, huh?
mhm,
Like that's how I felt about it. I'm like, wait, what the heck just happened?
mhm. Yeah, so it's a sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops 2, um, with like the man, this feels so old because Black Ops 2 takes place in 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and it was supposed to be the future when that game came out. um, but this is that game was all about kind of like weird psychological warfare essentially, and had a lot of choice based elements. So I wonder if they're going to try to do that again. Um, and to be fair, like last year's Call Black Ops 6's campaign, what I played of it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was you know it was fun for what I played, but also I got really bored after like 3 levels because it's Call of Duty. So
So are is it now just the Black Ops series for the rest of the releases?
I
Because
really don't know.
Modern Warfare is done.
Well,
I
I think what they're trying to do is like, okay, yeah, this is Black Ops 7, but it takes place in the future. So like I think they're trying to get away from the modern stuff. And last year's game was in the 90s, which, if you think about it, was 30 years ago.
mm-hmm.
So, it's like they're gonna do the future thing again. But Black Ops has such a like it has an impactful name to it, so maybe they're trying to stick with that to keep in good graces. I don't know. I know that I think Raven did the campaign for last year's game, and Treyarch is doing the campaign for this year's game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Sledgehammer helped with last year's game as well.
Cause I guess the with the Call of Duty games, the series like rotated. So
Hmm.
it was like Modern Warfare, then Advanced
Yeah,
Warfare, or whatever, and now then Black Ops or
yeah.
whatever.
It used to rotate between the three studios, right? Because they would have that
Yeah.
3 year dev cycle of like, okay, this is Infinity Ward's game, this is Treyarch's game, this is Sledgehammer's game, right? And
Mm,
then Raven kind of took over the Warzone stuff at that point. But then, Sledgehammer's game wasn't turning out, which is why we got that weird multiplayer only Black Ops. What was it? 4,
5, I think.
5. One of them was multiplayer only. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It
actually,
was
yeah,
it was
it
weird.
was 4 because
Yeah, because
5 did have.
5 was Cold War. That was the one that wasn't numbered. Uh,
Yeah,
so yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, it. We knew Call of Duty was coming. If they're gonna try to do something interesting like this, um, then sure, sign me up. But
yeah. I'm ready to
I,
give it a.
yeah,
I'm ready to give it a try for the campaign. I want to see what they do with the campaign. Um, but like,
yeah,
I don't really care. I'm not
yeah.
feeling the multiplayer aspect. It was just like the tone of it. I see what they try to go for,
Hmm.
but to make it into a Call of Duty game, I think that just brought the vibe down, and it really kind of hurt the show in the end. And we'll talk about that a little bit later
I mean
because
that you're gonna do your one more thing as a Call of Duty game. Like, what was really supposed to be there? I wonder if it was supposed to be like Halo and it wasn't ready, or Fable, but it got delayed. So why would we show that if it's not ready?
well,
Like,
I I think
I thought it was
when
going to be Blade. I honestly thought they were going to end the show on Blade. Like in my predictions, I thought they were going to
mhm.
end on a Blade re-reveal.
I wonder if they saving that for when Insomniac shows Wolverine.
I'm sure. Well, Marvel always does their big Marvel Games panel at Comic Con.
So you think
So
both of them? You think both of them probably gonna be there?
yeah,
Both Wolverine and Blade.
yeah. I mean, I think I think you're going to see Wolverine. I think you're going to see um you're going to see Wolverine, you're going to see Blade, I think, and I think you're going to see the Venom spinoff game from Spider-Man. I think those are the three
Hmm.
games you have to circle right now because we know that Venom game is in development at Insomniac, and Insomniac has 3 teams, right? Uh, and I think the Ratchet and Clank team is working on the Venom game.
I know.
So,
And with the announcement of Black Panther being canceled,
mhm.
um,
Yeah. Oh, that's another game that they could show there too. That Captain America Black Panther 1942 game, right? That Amy Hennig is doing.
okay,
That
yeah.
game, that game looks really cool. I'm excited for that, but I'm a Captain America fan, and I've been waiting for a good Captain America game since the 360 when we got that semi terrible game based on the movie. Remember when
I do
Sega was
want.
doing the Avengers games? Oh
Oh yeah,
man,
shoot, Sega was just,
those Iron Man
yeah,
games were, ooh, boy,
rough.
boy. Say what you want about Anthem, but that flying was awesome, and that man,
Okay.
Sega should have, I don't know, jumped into the future and took notes or something. I don't know. That Iron Man flying was bad. Anyways, we're way off tangent now.
Yes. So yeah, that was Call of Duty. Great trailer for half of it until you see the reveal of it. I will say, and I'm going to give props to Activision and Microsoft for the Call of Duty Black Ops. I do like the cover of it with the
Yeah, I
guy
think,
with the blue and orange. That's really cool.
yeah, like the digital orange and black grayscale is a very striking image, right? And I think, obviously, I think Battlefield kind of did that with 3 and 4, right? They had that weird
Hmm.
orange army man on fire kind of look to it, but like, I think the way that Call of Duty does it is more appealing. Plus, like they have what's his name, Milo Villagiano or whatever his name is, right? Like
Yeah.
of This Is Us and Gilmore Girls fame, uh, and Heroes. Remember the show Heroes?
Oh, love the first
Dude,
season.
that first season was awesome, and then like
It's
the second half of the fourth season was really good, and then they canceled it.
yeah,
Oh man, dude, that
yeah.
first season of Heroes was amazing.
Just like you could sit down and watch every episode and be um captivated not only through the performances but through the storylines. You were just like,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen next? Like it was so good and so engaging. And then whatever they did with the second season, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
the villain, what was his name? Skyler.
Skyler.
Like, what a terrifying villain.
Yes.
Scare like that. He's probably one of the scariest villains in a long time. He was so like, I think the problem with the second season is that like they changed the main character's power for some reason. Uh so like, you know, but yeah, that show was really good. Highly recommend watching that first season at least. Um
Yeah.
a lot of shows around that time, the first season was like really amazing. I think there was some sort of writer's strike at that point, but like a lot of like Prison Break is another one around that time where the first season was like really good, and then the following seasons were just not great, and then the last season was
Mm,
good, you know. And
yeah.
then they tried to bring it back somehow.
Speaking of writers and everything, the video game strike for SAG came to an end
Oh, did it?
for the voice actors. Yeah, they announced
Nice.
that it I think it ended yesterday or sometime this week. Um or last week I should say. By the time you guys are watching this, that it ended. So
Oh, good.
I think the voice actors, I don't know what the contracts are now, like the deals and stuff, but
Hmm.
it'll be interesting to see what they are. But yeah, I guess we'll be going back to see people back in the booth voice acting.
Good.
So um Clockwork Revolution looks really good. um I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to play that one.
Yeah, it looks really that was, I think that game had the best showing at Xbox by far.
Yeah. um Gears of War Reloaded, there's not much to
Beta this
say
weekend, by
about
the
that
way.
for the multiplayer.
Yeah, I see people playing it online. Um,
Okay.
man,
Um, Grounded 2 has got back again for like a game preview, Steam early access. So it's like the demo thing, like the first game.
by the way,
Um,
co-developed by Eidos Montreal.
oh, really?
Hmm. Obsidian though, man, 3 games this year.
They are booked and busy.
Yeah,
so
no kidding. No
so
kidding.
Keeper is by Double Fine. Is you play as a lighthouse exploring the world. Um, I like
What
this.
a go ahead, sorry.
Keeper, the beautiful otherworldly third-person adventure from Double Fine Productions, was announced during the show with a somewhat psychedelic and mysterious first trailer, and we don't have long to wait. It arrives on October 17th. This is coming from Xbox Fire. We encounter a lighthouse that, after eons of standing dormant, falls to the ground, breaking into heaps of rubble, but then reassembles and stands up again on newly formed legs. It has awakened. Yes, folks, that's right. In Keeper, you play a walking lighthouse able to shine a beam of bright light that affects the world around it, with a spirited seabird companion coming along for the ride. The trailer takes us on an epic adventure into a strange, unknowable island, joining the lighthouse on a journey toward the center of the island.
This is a Double Fine game if I've ever seen one.
But I like this because it feels something different from Double Fine. Um,
Does it though?
you know,
It looks. I don't know.
I think I,
I saw it and I was like, this is definitely like, as soon as the lighthouse stood up, I'm like, this is a Double Fine game.
I think in theme and look, like it's not like a character platformer. It's not trying to go for anything funny or
Hmm.
something. Like uh it's probably gonna have Tim Schafer hands on it, but it looks like this is just something completely different from him that I didn't expect when I hear Double Fine's name. So it's good to see that they're doing something different. That's just me for it.
Yeah.
Also, Corey,
Yeah.
um October is packed.
I know Xbox has like 5 games coming out in October. It's crazy.
PlayStation and some third party got some games also coming out in October. I'm like,
Hmm.
good googly moogly. I'm like,
I mean,
this is a
besides,
lot.
I mean, Nintendo's got Pokemon at least, right? I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are kind of thinking Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out in that window. Uh, Xbox has Ninja Gaiden, this, man, a lot. There's a lot coming out in October from Xbox. I think there's 5 games coming out from Xbox in October alone. PlayStation has Ghost of Yote, right? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
their big game for October. It's wild, man. Wild. This game comes out 5 days before Ninja Gaiden 4, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Like, I mean, not that that's the same audience, but okay. Um,
Yeah. It's it's not the September 2019 craziness that we had, but
I mean,
it's like,
almost.
but shoot, that one was just like bunkers of okay, I must have this game. Like you were going to be purchasing something every week. This is all. This feels like, am I buying like 3 games this day, 2 games this day? Like it's big. Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden 4 is October 21st.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, it's
it's it's something, man. This is it's crazy. So much. There's
speaking of
so
that. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4, we see more of that. Like we mentioned, Outer Worlds 2, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. The Foundry demo is out. Uh, but I think play the Foundry demo now with a pre-order. See available platforms. PC Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate is straight across the Foundry and College Parks as Tony Hawk and Racer Leo. Digital Deluxe Edition purchasers will exclusively have access to skate as the Doomslayer with this one.
yeah.
So
Ninja
to
Turtles,
the
man. Ninja Turtles. We win. We won, everybody. We won. No notes.
So everybody, just to let you know, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Xbox PC, Xbox Cloud, Xbox Play Anywhere, or pay it day one on Game Pass. Also available on Battle.net, Steam, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. The Foundry demo not available on Nintendo Switch platforms.
Interesting. This was the only Nintendo Switch 2 game shown here.
Yeah.
Uh, but also I will be playing this on Nintendo Switch 2, even though it's coming to Game Pass. I cannot wait. Tony Hawk 3, like I think Tony Hawk 2 is my favorite, but Tony Hawk 3,
Mhm.
a lot of great memories with that. That was the first GameCube game I bought after Luigi's Mansion. And I didn't really buy Luigi's Mansion. I got it with the system for my birthday, but like I went to Best Buy. My dad took me to Best Buy. I had my Best Buy gift cards that had been saving because I knew the GameCube was coming out and I was actually going to buy one. Got Tony Hawk 3, bought that nasty jet orange GameCube controller, bought the controller cord extender because I didn't feel like sitting 5 feet in front of my television, and a memory card. What a great day! And then all I wanted to do was go home and play my GameCube, and then for some reason there was a surprise birthday party for me when I got home. Kicker, like 80% of the people there were not my friends. So, but they were all people from school. I was like, I don't want to be with you guys. Although the girl I liked was there, so
Oh,
it worked out.
Oh. Um. So, but Corey, was Tony Hawk 3 the popular one out of them?
Two.
Out of
I
all of
think
them?
two. I think two is the one that people love the most. Three. I think three was popular too, but I think two is the one that everybody thinks is, you know, uh, the most nostalgic. I'll say three added the revert stuff to continue your combos off of half pipes and quarter
Mhm.
pipes, but which they added into the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake. Um, but I think Tony Hawk 2 is definitely the one that everybody loves the most.
And 5 was the worst one, right?
Oh yeah, 5 is. I don't think people even acknowledge this 5 exists. I think people would rather play Downhill Jam and Tony Hawk Ride and Shred. Those, remember, Activision was still obsessed with making plastic accessories. They made
Oh yes.
those 2/3 size skateboard decks that were controllers. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what a nightmare, man. Oh, so Ed, now that we have Tony Hawk's 1 through 4 remakes,
Yes.
where is my Dave Mira Pro BMX remake? I forget which one Activision did. If it was Dave Mira or Matt Hoffman.
They mirror. It was they
Uh,
mirror.
yeah.
Because it was if it was BMX, it would just be Activision. I don't know who did the BMX Triple X though.
I don't know, but RIP Dave
Uh,
Mira. Anyways,
Maybe that's why it's not there because he passed
yeah,
away.
or I just don't think people really cared about those games as much as I would like them to. Because I mean, remember Tony Hawk got so popular, like
Yeah.
everybody had to have like there was that aggressive inline game, like the rollerblading game. There was the BMX game, which I think was actually the best out of the Tony Hawk spin-offs, if you want to call them that. But they had like that weird surfing game. They had Sean White had his own line of games at one point. Like extreme sports,
It,
man, in the '90s was a
it,
thing.
the thing with extreme sports and games like that was like Tony Hawk was like probably the top tier one, but then somehow Skate 3 took it over. Because when Skate 3 dropped, that mug kept being that mug got super popular.
Mm.
Um and it was just like I'm like, what is it about Skate 3? Because definitely when me working at Toys R Us, I couldn't keep Skate 3 stopped. It always kept selling out. And I didn't know what it was about that game.
I mean, people like skate, man. People were want it. So like Tony Hawk obviously went open world, but the move sets became stale, right? Because it was, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, controlled the same for the entire run of that series, right? So I think
Yes.
skate offered a more realistic, quote unquote, approach to skateboarding, and you actually had to like it offered something new in a genre that people loved, and I think that worked for skate. Um, it's why like what maybe like 4 or 5 years ago we got that game Session, which was that kind of skate spiritual successor. Um, there's one other one too that I can't remember what it was called, but there were some skateboarding games that came out afterwards that people kind of liked. So yeah. Anyways, continue. Sorry, I got on a Tony
No,
Hawk
no,
tangent.
no, no, no,
But
no.
I do have to say though, man, I'm really excited for the Ninja Turtles. I hope it's more than just Michelangelo, but even if it's just Michelangelo, it's fine. But super cool. Cool inclusion.
I will say I still have not played the Tony Hawk game.
I mean, it's fair. Um it's cool though. I I really like Tony Hawk a lot. And yeah, I own it on all three platforms that I own. I own it on Switch, I own it on Xbox, and I own it on
Mhm.
PlayStation. I actually think the
Nice.
I actually think the PlayStation controller works the best with Tony Hawk for
Mhm.
some reason because like the D-pad, the way the D-pad is positioned on the dual sense, dual shock, dual sense, whatever you want to use, right?
Yeah.
Works with like doing the tricks, right? Like it just feels better. the way the buttons are laid out and the face buttons. It's like it's why I prefer, you know, 2D platform 2D platformers essentially on PlayStation as well, because of the way that um, the D-pad is lined up with the face buttons. I think it feels better in those sorts of games. So, you know, yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just like I'm all full of like
No, that's okay. A Nemo is a creature collecting action RPG.
another game
Um,
Nintendo will sue.
we'll see. Ophidian is a sci-fi adventure grounded in real-world science. Um, so another space game. At Face End is the captivating new game from Spiritfarer team. This one looks really, really good. Another Lotus probably revealed at Face End, an action adventure game where you fight the ones you love. Wield the legendary god sword Asus as Shah, the deaf young heiress of the Hemlock clan. Solve intricate native narrative puzzles, uncover painful truths, and hone both your blade skills and knowledge to face your estranged siblings in intense emotional duels, and ultimately decide your family's fate. From the award-winning team behind Spiritfarer, FXN weaves tight, visceral action with rich narrative depths, exploring the complicated bonds between brothers and sisters in a world where swords clash and family wounds run deep. So, and I think this is coming for everybody. Um,
Yeah, I would assume so.
yes. Um, Game Freak and Fictions reveal Beasts of Reincarnation. So, uh,
You see all the Pokemon people freaking out. Why does this game look and run so good?
yeah,
I'm like, because it's running on a system that's 20 times more powerful than a Nintendo Switch. What do you want?
yeah. I think a lot of people don't know that Game Freak, make other games. They're starting to break out and make their own stuff or work
Yeah,
with
but the
other
games they
people.
make are like uh what that weird elephant game and
Tumba,
pocket
or Timbo.
yeah, Timbo, and then they made that pocket jockey game, right? Like what was it
Hmm.
called? The pocket card jockey or something.
Yes.
Um it's usually games like that. It's not something that looks like this. What was the last like big game they made?
Well, they were. I wonder what happens. They was making another game for PlayStation 5.
I mean, it might be this, right? I mean, this isn't an Xbox
Hmm.
exclusive as far as I'm aware, unless it says it in
Yeah.
the Xbox Wire post and I just missed it.
No, I thought they announced that they were working on the next game. Uh, Game for PlayStation. Yeah, because they was making another one. They had, I guess, think they were hiring people. Or they, um, oh, I guess it. Yeah, well, I guess it is Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it might be. It just it's it looks cool. Um, I'm glad they're trying something like this because it just I like to see that this team is not just hooked to Pokemon. So I don't really have anything else to say about it. I just think it's neat.
Oh, because they had the data leak. Okay.
Ed's looking
Yeah.
stuff up. Ed's ignoring me.
Yeah. No, I heard you. I
No, you
heard you.
didn't. It's fine. You don't have to lie to me, Ed. It's cool.
I
You
love the
know,
way you lie.
it's jeez, dude.
uh, they've been showing that on my YouTube feed because Skylar Gray got an interview that she wrote the chorus of that song. So she's been talking about that. So anytime I go like to YouTube Shorts and that comes up, they always play "Love the Way You Lie."
Dude, that music video always reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, and I like it. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
just because we had such a nasty, toxic relationship. Oh, so bad. Anyways,
Well,
not
we're
to
gonna
not to
move
bring
on.
that up. uh,
uh,
that is an
the
after
blood
dark
of
topic.
exactly. The blood of Don Walker. From Rebel Woods and Bandai Namco Entertainment because a brand new dark fantasy role playing saga, The Blood of Don Walker. Um, yeah. Kronos, the New Dawn. Get ready to embark on a hunting journey this fall as Kronos, the New Dawn arrives. In this gripping third-person survival horror, step into the shoes of the Traveler, an agent of the mysterious collective whose mission is to salvage what remains of humanity in the time-warped nightmare of the future. Monsters known as orphans stalk the land, emerging from the downfall of mankind. These grotesque creatures confuse together to create even deadlier foes. In the gameplay trailer, we witnessed the traveler descending into a orphan nest, confronting the twisted creatures that inhabit its depths. The corpse of fallen travelers tell a grim tale, yet their final recordings offer crucial warnings. Can you succeed where others have failed? So, I mean, it looks cool. And then, of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake integrates coming this winter, and Final Fantasy
Mhm.
16 is now available for Xbox.
I will
High
be
on Life.
buying that. I will be buying 16 as soon as I get home from vacation. I was gonna buy it, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna play it. I might as well just wait.
So I'm buying it Thursday. Um, so I'm gonna buy it and then let it install, and then I'm gonna start playing it on Xbox and
I'm
see.
so glad this is finally coming.
And I mean, we for Final Fantasy VII, we just been waiting. We know that it was gonna have to come to Xbox. 16, we didn't expect, or I didn't expect it
Oh,
or
I expected
anything.
16 way before 7. I thought 7 was the one that wasn't gonna come.
I thought 7 was gonna come first before 16. Um, and everything. Because
That game is so tied to PlayStation's history though. Like I just thought that game
mhm.
was like I was shocked when it got announced for Switch. Like uh so I it's great though. I'm happy. It's cool.
I wonder if they still had like time exclusive after Final Fantasy 7 Integrate came out on PlayStation 5. And they still had to wait, and then they were just like, okay, let's work on the Xbox and Switch versions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they probably just like once they release them, they start working on the porting stuff. Um, yeah, and just 16, I thought that it would be close to the end of the PlayStation 5 life cycle that they'll put it on Xbox. And stuff. I thought it'd be like a couple of years or a few more years, or like next year they'll do it. Announce it for next year.
Mm-hmm.
But High on Life 2, uh, I I don't
I
even think
couldn't
the
care less.
first. I really wasn't into the first one. I didn't play it or anything, but it just didn't look interesting. Um,
Yeah, that game is for a very specific audience that is not me. I think I'm too old for this game. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm just too old for this game.
Everybody was talking about the one guy from that animated cartoon because they're the ones that made the first one. Uh,
Oh yeah, the Rick and Morty guy,
yeah,
which was he was proven innocent.
yeah, but
Why?
everybody's just like still,
Yeah,
forget about him.
everybody wants to. I mean, people just when people assume things that it's hard to change their mind even when things are one way or another, right? I mean, so whatever
Yeah,
though. I mean, I hope people enjoy High on Life 2
yeah.
and they get their money's worth and
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Invincible versus Quarter Up revealed 3v3 tag team fighting game. I think yeah, Quarter Up Skybound's first in-house gaming development studio revealed Invincible Versus. The trailer reveals a brutal tournament quality superhero 3v3 tag fighting game set in the award-winning Invincible universe. It also showcases fan favorite superheroes Mark, Thula, Bulletproof, and Adam Eve. Iconic arenas, the high stakes of bloody superhero battles, and an authentic depiction of battle damage and bloody combat fans know and love. Invincible Versus will launch in 2026. Also, I think the people who are making it are the ones who also made Killer Instinct on Xbox. That's what I heard.
Yeah. It was these are ex Double Helix guys. So
Okay.
if people remember, Double Helix made Killer Instinct for Xbox, and then they were purchased by Amazon. And so Iron Galaxy took over season 2 and 3 for Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And then this team left Double Helix, the Amazon team, and now they made their own studio, and this is their first game. So, which is cool. I mean,
yeah,
it makes sense.
I haven't seen the show or anything.
I couldn't care less. I see clips of that show. I'm like, man, this is just too violent for me, man. It's the same thing with The Boys. Like, it's just way too it's not the violence, it's the gore and the violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, I can't watch it. I just can't.
It's unnecessary and over the top.
Yeah. I mean, there's cartoony violence or like over the top violence and gore that like isn't gore, right? Like I look at Gears of War, right? Where like that's just that over the top violence is just like, there's a difference between that and like someone getting slashed in half in The Boys or something, right? It's like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. The sad thing is too, is like, I really like the premise of The Boys. Like, I would totally watch that if it wasn't so violent, oh, it's so gross, man. It's just gross.
There's a way to handle dark themes and dark dark shows and stuff. And even though it's mostly for adult audience, I think if you're gonna do like a lot of violence, like if it's gonna be violent, and it's gonna be over the top with the violence, I think there is an audience for that. But it has, for some people, it's just like it shouldn't be violent just for violence sake. If there's going to be something like if the violence is going to be memorable, there has to be a narrative also memorable that caused that violence to happen.
Yeah.
So, but it's not for me because I don't know the series or anything. And it just looked very one-sided in the trailer, and I'm just like, okay, so his son is getting beat up. Okay, I'm like, show me the game, and okay, it's a fighting game. It looks like you're gonna be doing the same combos, and let me move on.
Why is every like animated or anime game a fighting game?
I don't know.
Every single one. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care enough to actually have that question answered.
What happened to combos? It has this freezing feel to it. Like every hit that you do is like a freeze, like a quick freeze. I'm like, Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat 3 was a little bit choppy, but like at least like Killer Instinct when it was at arcades, it felt fluid in its combos. Like what happened to it?
So that's a good question.
I don't know. That's for the fighter community, not for us.
Yeah, so. I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Madang Two Hearts is a cinematic tactical action adventure. Persona 4 Revival finally got announced. People are happy about that. Planet of Lana 2 reveal. I'm super excited. The game looks very beautiful. Resonance, a Plex Tale Legacy.
Yes. Yes, I'm into it. So what I was reading about this, and it's probably in the Xbox Wire post. This is a side character from the second game,
Mm-hmm.
Requiem, and this is kind of her backstory, I think.
Yeah.
And it looks super high quality. It looks really good. I really like those first two games. Um, I love the first one. Um,
I seen Pat beat it. I think he too. I think he 100% it too. He got like the achievement on Xbox.
mhm. It's these are great games. They are. I think there's a combo pack of these games on sale right now on Xbox for like
Mm.
$23 or something. Totally worth it. Also, the second game is on Game Pass. If you've already played the first one, highly recommended. These games are great. I
I
can't wait
have
for this.
I have the first one, but I need to beat it. I think I'm halfway done with it. And then I need to play two. Well, this one says the new game from Asobo Studio and Focus Entertainment expands the universe of A Plague Tale with the original story set 15 years before the events of the last game. A Plague Tale Requiem. With a new action adventure approach, players are invited to dive into Sophia's past and journey with her to the Minotaur Island, outsmart deadly foes, unravel ancient secrets, and confront the creatures at the heart of a devastating curse. Her sword in one hand and light in the other, Sophia will plunge into the myth of the macula until she understands why it resonates so intimately with her. This is planned for 2026, and it's probably going to end up coming to PlayStation and PC later on, or probably on the same day. Will it hit Switch?
Mhm.
That is up in the air because the first one is not on Nintendo Switch, but they
They are
almost bundled it.
they are both on Switch. They're the cloud versions.
Oh, so they did put it. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see these games come natively over. I bet the first two games come to Switch 2 natively when this one comes
Mm,
out. I would guess. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of those cloud versions of games come over to Switch 2 natively when their sequels get announced or released or something. Um,
yeah.
and then depending on how those sequels do, maybe they make their way over at some point.
I I think I need to rewatch this trailer because I didn't understand it at all. Because I was just like, and I think
It
I
looks weird, but it's cool. Like it has like a
yeah.
Greek like or like a Roman Colosseum feel to it.
Yeah, and I was just like, I guess I didn't like really get understanding of it until they came to announce the title. I was just like, huh? Wait, what's going on? I'm lost. And
Mhm.
then I'm just like, oh, a Plex Tale.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm guessing it doesn't have anything to do with the rats this time, though. I think they want to get away from that.
Yeah.
Um, which I'm sure there's going to be rats in this game, but the rat thing was like the kid's power. So Hugo, I
Yeah.
think his name is.
Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive is a action RPG. So you know the anime. You probably know this. Super Meat Boy 3D got revealed.
Yes.
Corey, if you want to talk about it, you can.
I mean, I don't really have anything much to say about it, but I can't believe it looks so good. It looks like they really like translated Super Meat Boy into 3D, and it looks great.
Mm,
It looks good. I don't. Did you if you did you watch the trailer, the tease of the warp pipe,
yes,
and then just
yes.
Meat Boy just falls out of the sky? So good. Oh, it's so good. I cannot wait for this game. I love Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy Forever was okay, but the auto running thing just I don't really care for that. But
Yeah,
Super Meat Boy is an amazing video game. If you like platformers, if you like hard platformers, Super Meat Boy is amazing. Oh, I love Super Meat Boy.
I remember seeing the document.
Super Meat Boy.
The that indie documentary about those indie games and Super Meat Boy was part of it. It's
Hmm.
like you
Yeah.
know.
The team that split off from Team Meat, also, by the way, the end is nigh, which was like a year one Switch indie
Mhm.
game. I think Nicholas ended up publishing the physical at some point. Uh, that game's really
Cuz
good too.
cuz the two of them split up, right?
Hmm. Yeah, the co-founders of Team Meat kind of had a falling out. So like one of them went and founded a new studio, and the end is nigh was their one game. I don't know if they've done anything since, but that was yeah.
But I feel
But
like it was the
um
ball hitter one with the glasses.
I don't know. I do want to say though, the Xbox 360 Xbox Live Arcade version of Super Meat Boy is actually the best version. It has the
Mhm.
best music out of all of them. Because when they re-released it on modern consoles, they had to change the soundtrack because of licensing issues.
Ah, okay.
So if you don't care about the music, game's the same. It's amazing. The music's actually pretty good on the new ones too, but like the soundtrack on the Xbox 360 version is awesome.
Fire.
Super good.
Yes. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Become decorator by day and ghost hunter by night in a cozy, spooky musical mystery.
This game looked really dumb. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not into this at all. Zero interest.
And then Age of Mythology Retold got DLC. Heavenly Spear. The Elder Scrolls Online shows the return of a worm called
Can I say something on Age of Mythology real quick?
Go ahead.
That tease, I thought they were doing like a remastered version of Jade Empire for like 5 seconds. I
Oh
really
my
thought they were bringing
goodness.
Jade Empire back. I was like, are they really
They
doing
they
this?
they don't want them coins.
Oh, dude.
They don't want them coins.
I actually think with like it wouldn't be the same, right? Like it wouldn't be a turn like a the way that Jade Empire and Knights of the Old Republic were, like that weird
Mm-hmm.
turn-based, semi-actiony turn-based thing. But I think if you brought Jade Empire back and made it like a really cool open world action RPGs similar to like I almost imagine it kind of like Neo in a sense, but a little bit slower than Neo, but like, a lot, challenging but not amazingly difficult in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jade Empire, dude, would be awesome. I think if you
But
brought Jade Empire back, oh my god.
is it? But that's Bioware, right?
Yeah, but
IP, right?
Microsoft published it. I think Microsoft owns it.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but I think Microsoft owns it.
oh, because if Michael owns it, you already got Ninja Theory. I'm like, if you make that combat, if you want to go like with fast action combat or anything,
Hmm.
give that mug to Ninja Theory.
Yeah, I think Ninja Theory could do it. I think
And if
I'm thinking of the combat that was in Disney Infinity for the Star Wars stuff specifically.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Obviously, way more in depth, but that kind of speed and that kind of combat, like this kind of combo based action with a little light magic elements to it, depending on what class you kind of build into. Oh man, dude, it would be super cool.
And they could probably hire some of the team members from BioWare that left that worked on the game.
Yeah, I'm sure BioWare employees are going to be looking for jobs real soon. Judging by Jason Schreier's report, I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I didn't.
Uh, I'm not going to bring it up here because we will talk about it for 3 hours, but I recommend you go look at it, Ed. It's pretty scathing, shocking. EA put pressure on BioWare to make something amazing because of Anthem and Mass Effect's failures. Shocking.
Oh,
EA wants to make money to impress their
money.
shareholders, so they put pressure on their studios.
And Dragon Age Velgar was really good. It really is a great game. It just didn't get the love
Still a game I'm
from
shocked didn't get
fans.
announced for Switch 2 yet. I'm
Yeah.
kind of shocked. Like that would have been like I that could have been a perfect launch game, honestly, to go with, I mean like obviously we got Yakuza and stuff, but we don't have that game, like that style of game. We don't have an
Hmm.
RPG like that. So I don't know, man. I think it would have been cool to have that on Switch 2. Still holding out hope if it comes to Switch 2. Still holding out hope for Mass Effect also, but
Yeah.
we know EA not really supporting Nintendo. So I guess it depends. I bet Dragon Age comes if Madden does well. Because those
I,
are
I
the same.
right. I
Those games are
mean,
from the same people.
if I I think EA would be shocked if they like if Dragon Age Velgar got put on Switch. I think that community would support that game on Nintendo's platform.
Mhm.
You know, just
Yeah,
say,
I mean we'll see. I guess.
yeah. Fallout 76 shows off its fantastic fishing. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants DLC is launching September 4th.
Cool.
Sea of Thieves, Season 17 set sails on a smuggler's tide. And that's pretty much it, everybody. That
Yeah,
was, yeah, it was about 30 games. And the stuff that we really want to see, Phil Spencer just said 2026 and then
yeah.
kept them moving.
We didn't we didn't talk about the ROG Xbox Ally X. We did do a whole expansion pass kind of talking about it though. So I mean, um, just to keep that short, I pending price point. I theoretically am excited for that. And I think whatever that overlay is, that Xbox overlay,
Mhm. Yeah.
I think that's gonna. I think we just gotta look at what Xbox's plans are for next gen, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Like that Xbox overlay on a Windows machine. I really
Uh-huh.
think that that's going to be Xbox moving forward. So
I would be shocked.
I wouldn't. I would be shocked if they put out a console at all, like a console, not a PC based console.
Yeah.
Um, but with that said, I think it's a nice. I think the X that the black one in particular, the X is a really nice looking machine. I was a little bit worried when those prototypes came out. Right,
Hmm.
those leaked prototypes were like really nasty looking. Uh, but this is a ROG Ally with some love handles, Ed. So you need something to
Yeah.
hold on to. So
Uh, yeah. Yeah. So I did say I gave this one like an A. Um, when I seen it,
yeah.
and I still stand by it. I think it was I think it was better than the state of play because of how many games are like that they reviewed that I was really interested in and
Hmm.
excited to see. Like they have some good diversity. So and I'm not saying that the state of play was bad or anything. But
Hmm.
it's just like see a lot of the stuff on Xbox. I'm like, oh, that's this. Yeah, I'll be picking this up. You know, really made me want a lot of these games that's coming out.
Hmm.
So, I what about you, Corey?
I mean, I would give this probably like a B. I think it was a great presentation. I
Mm-hmm.
think two things really kind of brought it down for me. One, ending with Call of Duty was like that. What are you doing? Like I don't know. Uh, the concept is cool, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's just going to be another Call of Duty game. Um, Second, like nothing big was shown or announced, right? Like, I mean, Clockwork
Mm-hmm.
Revolution was shown, obviously the highlight of the show. I think Outer Worlds 2 looks great. Um, I'm not a fan of the first person RPG style things like the Bethesda Obsidian uh, kind of RPG, that they're showing off, but I think fans of that genre of RPG are going to really eat that game up. I think it looks much more polished than the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, So, I mean, I was a little disappointed. No Gears, no Fable. Um, I think Fable will be at Gamescom though because Playground is over there, and uh, that's very European centric. So I think Fable will be the big game at Gamescom, honestly. Uh, but
Yeah, I
Phil. By the way, side tangent. Phil lost a lot of weight, man. He's looking good.
that's what yeah, that's what everybody was that's what everybody noticed about him first.
Hmm.
That he lost a
Looks
lot
good,
of
man.
weight.
He looks
I
good.
I didn't notice.
What? How'd
I
you not
yeah,
notice?
I did because of the
Google some
clothing.
pictures, man.
I think because of the clothing, like his face doesn't look like he lost weight. Um,
Oh, that's where
and
I noticed it
normally,
the most was his face.
I kind of I would notice through his clothes because for most of his clothes, like he's wearing a t-shirt or in a jacket
Hmm.
and everything, so I don't really get to see his arms or anything. Um, so I just didn't pay it. I didn't pay attention or notice that he had lost weight and everything. The way that he looked and everything just looked like, oh, it's Phil Spencer. That's
Hmm.
cool. He's on screen. He's gonna talk. I just didn't notice the weight thing.
Hmm. Yeah, looked good. They seem. I don't know that whole thing last year with like, will they, won't they bring stuff to PlayStation? Like,
Hmm.
that whole thing that happened with them last year. Like, Phil looked tired. Sarah Bond looked annoyed and tired last year. Like, Aaron Greenberg was just silent. Like, all of the Xbox executives were just like very quiet and uh very. I'm sure they were exhausted and burnt out from that whole thing, right? Like it was
Yeah,
that was a that would take a toll on anybody. But they, Phil and Sarah and Matt Booty all looked very. They looked like they had a refreshed excitement for the future of Xbox. It seemed.
I I
Um,
think I kind of feel like it feels like they took time after everything happened. I think they took time away so they could regroup, so they could
mhm,
rethink and everything. Um,
yeah.
because I kind of feel like a lot of this stuff probably was messing with their mental state, and
I'm sure.
they just needed to get away because they probably just like we've been making and talking about Xbox and making decisions and trying to find stuff where, and I think this is what they need. I think they just need to break away, not have interviews, not show any games. Like we need to go dark and silent.
Hmm.
And while doing that, let's take care of ourselves. All let's go on vacation at home with our families and stuff. Get away from work and reset our memory, like reset ourselves, so when we do come back, we're ready to work, we're ready to
Hmm.
find out, and be able to listen to everybody and talk about things and find out what is the right business strategy for us. And it's and uh, to me personally, it's paying off. Yes, they are bringing their games to PlayStation, but and I know people, the gamers want to use that. Some of the PlayStation gamers want to use that as leverage to say that they're better as an argument thing. But I'm just like, no, you're giving, if you want to call them competition, you're giving Microsoft money to play their games. So you're bankrolling them. You're making them popular. And everything. So yeah, their games are on your system. But you're paying for that, you
Hmm.
know. So you're giving them the 70 plus whatever for that to play their games. So Microsoft is benefiting. They're not losing, they're benefiting on
Hmm.
top of having a subscription. Like that's what Microsoft wants. They want people to buy their games and have their subscription. And the PlayStation players are going to be buying their games. We'll get our money here, and then we'll get our subscriptions from my Xbox part subscribers.
Hmm.
with with some people who want to do sales, and then we got the PC community. If they don't want to do Game Pass Ultimate but want to play it on Steam, they'll buy it on Steam. So that's money from them, and
Yeah.
we're not, and people are not thinking that way at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. I think you said it. I'm happy that um this is the most positive I've seen the Xbox community in particular in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know, I know people are worried about backwards compatibility with 360 and original Xbox games. Like people are really concerned about the games that aren't play anywhere if they transition into this PC centric thing. But
Yeah.
I think Microsoft has worked too hard on backwards compatibility and the play anywhere stuff and the cross play, cross save, cross progression thing that I really don't think that if they're not going to leave the Xbox faithful hanging if they don't have to, right? They're going to put the work in to make that right. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to have an Xbox that has Steam, that has Epic Game Store, that has GOG, that has BattleNet, right? Um, and also be able to play your at least your digital library of 360 and original Xbox games. You know, I this is a huge turning point for Xbox in my opinion.
Right.
If they can pull this off, right? This is a huge turning point for Xbox. Um,
Yeah.
so, you know, I think, you know, if you can have your achievements carry over and I think the investment in the digital Xbox library is very important for them to carry over to this new generation. Um, I really think they're trying to figure out how do we get Xbox operating within Windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have the shell of it clearly, but they have to figure out how to get people's Xbox digital libraries, all of it, not just the Play Anywhere titles, not just the, you know, Xbox One and Xbox Series first party games. They have to figure out how to get all of it over. Um, and that's going to cost money and it's going to cost resources. But I mean, if Xbox wants to, if this is Xbox's fight
It
back into the
it
quote unquote console space
it
to win it, like
it's not
that's,
even that. It's that if gamers in the Xbox community want these things, like you said, it's gonna cost. It's gonna take time. It's gonna cost. So
uh-huh,
you have to invest into Microsoft, not just their ecosystem, but all the stuff that they're doing. Don't
uh-huh,
start complaining about how much they're charging and things like that because Microsoft is not going to hand it to you. This stuff,
uh-huh,
like you said, costs money. So as a
uh-huh,
community, you're going to have to pay for these things if you
uh-huh,
want them. And if you willing to pay for it and what they deliver is top tier, high quality functionality games, it's easier to lose, the accessibility is great. If all of that is there that people want it or need it, for them to say that they will, get back to being with Xbox or play more of their Xbox, then yeah, then you as a person in their ecosystem have to make that sacrifice and pay up and get it.
uh-huh. Yeah, I
Because
I agree with you. I think also yes, I think this handheld is going to be expensive, but I think you have to remember that this is also a Windows PC, right?
yeah,
And it's a pretty powerful Windows PC at the end of the day. Uh so like, you know, I think people need to take that into consideration. Um, but I'm excited for this thing. I think this is what I've been waiting for at the end of the day. Um an Xbox handheld, right? That turns off all the Windows features and you don't have to mess with anything, right? That's what that Xbox button does on that thing is like,
yeah.
oh, it boots it into Xbox mode and I don't have to worry about adjusting things. It's just automatically optimized for my Xbox games. Great. Let's go.
I just it's just in my mind. I'm like, I want to see how this does in Japan in the
Yeah,
East.
that's the other thing too. We were talking about on Xbox Casuals is like, are they gonna finally try to break into the Japanese market with this thing?
I think it will work. I
I think
really think that will work.
I think it depends on. I mean, the thing is like you got to be connected to the internet still with this thing,
Hmm.
right? Like that's still a major part of it. Um, but yeah, I
But
mean,
I think like Japan is so uh like so like their technology is so above and beyond like they're I think they're leading if it's not India. Japan is leading in like tech like that. They're they probably just like have internet everywhere that people could just hop on and play.
yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of communal thing over there, right? So, anyways, sorry, I didn't
So,
mean to go off on a tangent
mm-mm.
about this thing. I think, and the other thing too, I do, I think people think that Switch has competition. I think it's going to benefit the Switch too,
Yeah.
both both in development and purchasing power, right? Because the Switch 2
Hmm.
is clearly still going to be like cheaper than this thing, right?
Yeah.
But also developers now have to aim for like the bar has been lowered in terms of what you have to aim for in terms of development, right? Like the power of this thing, as powerful as it is, it's still like a Series S in a handheld form. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a little bit more powerful than a Series S, but you know what I mean. It's like, okay, well, that's going to benefit the Switch too because games are going to be optimized for low power devices. Um, and I think that's the next step in gaming actually, which I think it would be a great expansion pass topic. But like, we've reached that point of like diminishing returns in terms of graphics and the way games look and texture packs and like the next step is optimizing for platforms. I think
Hmm.
if you can optimize something for Switch 2 and then the most powerful gaming PC, like the same game runs both places, I think that's the next step. But
I think,
we
yeah, because that one of my pet peeves have been always been marketing the technical aspects of stuff, and then when you're reading reviews that a lot of part of these libraries are not meeting up to that, and stuff like I sometimes I feel like I'm being lied to because I know you're saying up to this and up to that, but I'm just like you got a powerful machine and you're still doing this not old school. You're doing the stuff that you did on past generations still, and when are you going to get to the point where you actually deliver and bring out the power of this console? Um, that kind of change. I mean, and the reason that doesn't fit for Nintendo is because, of course, Nintendo doesn't really focus on power and stuff like that. But if the games could run well and there's quality there, um, and you know what you're getting, you can enjoy what's on that platform. Um, Switch 2 is just like, yeah, they show all the technical stuff, but they're just like these are the options that we offer that is in the system. Outside of that, it's up to you if you want to do that stuff, but here are the games that we're focusing on. And like it's gonna be the same thing for this ROG Ally X going forward. Not just their first party, just the third party indie stuff and everything. Like, will each of them have that play anywhere? Um,
right,
kind of kind of thing. Because I think we'll see what the price is because I know folks are gonna try to make a video about that and be upset and complain and try to get views and stuff. But if this system or handheld is priced reasonably, very reasonable, and there's a lot of options to play a lot of games on there, and it's comfortable to use and stuff, people will invest in it.
yeah,
People will
people I've
get it.
talked to says it feels like you're holding an extension of an Xbox controller. Like it just feels like it's an Xbox controller with a screen on it.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, this thing's going to be expensive. You look at the current ROG Ally X that's out. You know, the 1 terabyte is $899, right? And the 2 terabyte
Yes.
one is $1,000. So, I mean, even if Xbox subsidizes some of it, you're still looking at least $700 for the Xbox Ally X. You know, maybe a little bit cheaper for the normal regular white one, right? But um, I think if you're an enthusiast, you're going to want the more powerful one, essentially. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting thing for them. I think it's going to do well. Not like Switch 2 well, but I think it's gonna be a nice experiment for them.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're clearly happy with Asus. Uh, they're clearly happy with the hardware. You know, enough to focus on the software portion of Xbox on Windows instead of their own handheld, right? So, which makes sense because I mean, we talk about this quite a bit. We've talked about it a lot on Xbox Casuals, where Microsoft is a software company. They're not a hardware company. They never have been. I mean, they've dabbled in it, right? Like, Surface tablets and the Zune. Remember the Zune?
Yes. I had two Zooms. I love
Mhm.
the Zoom
Yep.
and everything.
I had the blue JZ one, and I had the Gears of War 2 Special Edition one.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
It was so easy to use over the iPod for me. I was just like, yeah,
yeah.
the big
Plus, you
nice
could,
touch screen.
yeah. Plus, it's synced with your Xbox 360, and you could play the music
Mhm.
through the 360. It's really cool.
I
And
used
the
to
Gears one,
play
you could get the skin for Gears too.
I used to play some of the games that was on there, and they would play like the music along with it as a level and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is so much fun. This is so good.
Yeah, good
So,
times.
well, Corey, how about we get to the final one? And that's the Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, let's do it. Um, Let me pull up the roster of Summer Game Fest announcements here.
Cause yeah, I had the one on IGN. Um,
Okay, I'll just follow that list too. Then
okay.
that way
Uh,
we're on the same page. So
uh, so, Resident Evil. That was. I'm not gonna talk about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I'm like, what was the point of having that video about Resident Evil? And then y'all showed it at the end of the show. I'm like, what was
well,
the
then they
point of that?
and then they advertise like, oh, by the way, Resident Evil 9 is like a far way off, but all of our games are on sale. It's
Right,
like, what do you like? Okay, that's cool. I get, Capcom got their spot, but also like your games are on sale all the time. Like
right.
Resident
You
Evil's
just
on sale like every other week.
and it always be like cheap. So it's
Yeah,
just
it's, I
like
mean,
we
I mean, all the games are on sale on Switch right now for $10. Every single one of them. And then like I know Xbox has they're all on sale on Xbox right now too. Where I think Resident Evil 8 is like $20. You know
mm,
the it's yeah.
Village. Yeah. So well, Resident Evil 9 got revealed. Yeah, it's called Resident Evil Requiem. Um Liza P Overture, which is a
Hold on.
DLC.
Can I need to comment on how good Resident Evil 9 looks.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I think this is the best the RE engine has ever looked. It looks so good. There are so many details in this thing. Like, I'm not even a Resident Evil person, but there's that shot of the hallway where like um the curtain is kind of blowing and you see the light shining in, and like you
Mhm.
can just see the light move on the floor, and there's a puddle in the hallway, and you can see the light reflecting in there, but like the light in the puddle is also moving based on the way that the curtain is moving on the window, and like
Yeah.
um there's that scene where I think she's clearly getting tortured, but like the way her hair is falling is like really realistic looking. It's not like kind of, just kind of matted down or anything. Uh, this is one of the best looking Capcom games I think I've ever seen.
For in game cutscene footage, yes, I definitely would say
I
that.
I think
Uh,
that this is, uh, but I mean, but I don't know if you saw the gameplay footage that came out afterwards, but like it kind of looks the same, and like they did that whole thing where it's like I get this is what I heard on a podcast. I don't know how much of it is true or whatever, but like
mhm.
apparently like you can play the game in first or third person,
Yeah.
and like the third person stuff that people saw said it looks just as good, and they were playing it on a PlayStation 5 Pro, I think. Uh, but I think this game looks really good. Um,
I mean, it is very detailed. It does have, like you mentioned, the engine, the Resident Evil engine. Like that engine has a particular look to it, so
mhm.
you know when it's a Resident Evil game, you'd be like, yeah,
Well,
this is
you
a
just know when it's
It
a
has that
Capcom
Capcom.
game in general.
Yeah,
Because
because
Monster
like
Hunter has that same look, right? And Pragmata had that same look, and
mm,
Street Fighter kind of has that look, but in a more stylized way, obviously. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again.
no, go ahead.
Um, but yeah, and apparently this main character is tied to Code Veronica in some way, and the
Mm.
Outbreak game on PS2 and PS3. Uh, so, and also like it's rumored that Leon is coming back as the secondary main character. So, people are pretty excited for this. Ed, people are really excited for this, which tells me that maybe the next remake is Code Veronica. If this is tied to Code Veronica somehow,
Well, I think parts of it is because they were just like, you're going back to Raccoon City. I'm
yeah.
like, am I?
Well, yeah. I mean, they showed the police department.
Yes.
Also, like I think the Ashcroft, that's the name of this character, right? The last name.
Hmm.
Like from what I was watching after this, like the Ashcrofts are tied into Code Veronica as well. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't
So
really know the lore of that game in particular, but
the Ashcrofts and Resident Evil Code Veronica were kind of like the main antagonists in the game because it was
okay.
the brother and the sister, and they were Ashcrofts.
Okay.
And you learn more of the story once you get to that part. That's why Code Veronica needs to like be remade
Mhm.
because the controls of that game is terrible,
Well,
and
yeah.
like they made the beginning part so unfair, and this may just be me, that they barely gave you any info. I mean ammo to like get
Well,
through some parts so that you can get into like the mansion and everything.
doesn't
Um
the PlayStation version or the what was the original I guess the original version was on Dreamcast, right? Doesn't isn't there
Dreamcast,
like
yeah.
if you don't play the game correctly, you get stuck at a point where you just can't progress?
Hmm. Yeah.
Man, that's annoying. I think they fixed that in Code Veronica X though, right?
I think so. Code Veronica X I did not play. I rented Resident Evil on Dreamcast at that time because it wasn't sold in stores in my area. Um like Dreamcast games were really hard to find.
Mhm.
So when I seen it at like a Blockbuster, I rented it and gave it a try.
Huh.
And just like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, so this they still got the tank controls, but the play's worse. This camera angles is a mess. I don't have much ammo, and I got like 3 zombies that I need to shoot, and I can't just brush past them. Just wonderful.
Well,
And I quickly took the game back.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. I do own every Resident Evil game now, so
I do too.
I
Um,
I've only
well, not
played.
not
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I don't own Zero. Resident Evil Zero. I don't own.
Oh man, dude, the train is so scary, man.
Dude, that game looked scary on GameCube. I'm like, ooh, this
Yeah,
game looks good.
the game was so scary, man. Like the mansion is like it's scary, but it's more of an atmospheric thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas the train is like just so scary. There is something around every corner, and it's so claustrophobic. And controlling two characters is like really like at the same time is really like it's just anxiety inducing, and it adds to the whole thing. It's just so. Uh. Anyways, let's move on. I could ramble about everything all night apparently.
So, like I said, Liza P Overture is available now. Dying Like the Beast. That is some DLC that's coming out. Set in August. Um, let's see, yeah, and then they got some like gameplay on it. Brutang Rise of the Deceiver. Um, this
That sounds
game meshes. This game meshes Afro surrealism and anime. It will feature a soundtrack filled with both classic Wu-Tang songs and new music from DJ Just Blaze. You've been called to battle back the forces of an invading, corrupting force, the Deceiver. The official description says, you and your friends will fight alongside the Wu-Tang Clan, calling on their powerful skills and timeless wisdom to restore Shaolin to a beacon of hope, community, and prosperity. And I guess it's a beat 'em up, like a 3D beat 'em up.
this I don't know why I get like 50 Cent Blood on the Sand vibes from this, but like not
Ooh,
nearly as good. uh, I kind of liked that game.
I've never got to play it.
It's literally just a Gears of War ripoff, but it's 50 Cent and G Unit instead of instead of Delta Squad.
To get a jewel skull. And I guess they get it at the end and then fly in the helicopter, and then that's the end.
Yeah, I mean, man, I actually really unironically liked that game. I'm not even like a big 50 Cent fan. I just kind of enjoyed it.
But I think this game's gonna be cool. I really like the feel of it and the music, so I'm excited to give this one to play this one. So,
Yeah,
Anamusha Wear the Sword.
looks so
Is
good.
Anamushu. Yeah. Game of Thrones War for Westeros. Um, I think I fell asleep around this part. Um, yeah, dude, there was a part of the Game Fest that I just was not. I was gone. Arc Raiders, Hitman World of Assassination, exclusive target sees Matt Mikkelsen reprise iconic Casino Royale role in it.
Yep,
Scott Pilgrim EX is a new co-op brawler from original creator Brian Lee Malley. So this is like the sequel to like Scott Pilgrim Saves the World.
great.
Murder Shells 2. It's the sequel. Looks really good. Um, uh, Square Enix reveals Killer N, a new team-based social deduction game at Summer Game Fest. So
This reminds me of
okay,
like this is one of their leftover games from like when they were trying to do like Deofield Chronicles and Harvestella. This one just they're like,
yeah.
we're gonna wait on this one. We'll just put it out whenever, you know. We'll wait till Final Fantasy distracts everybody, and then we'll drop this thing out.
um, Death Stranding 2 on the beaches. Neil and Lucy take center stage in a brand new story trailer. Luca Marinelli's Neil and Elisa Young's Lucy take center stage at Summer Game Fest 2025 Death Stranding 2 story trailer. And they'll be releasing on PS5 June 26th, so like in 2 weeks. Wildgate, the space shooter from former Blizzard devs, is out next month. Um, I know there was a showcase for Death Stranding too. I didn't get a chance to watch it and stuff. I need to play Death Stranding on my Xbox Series X since I have it and I was having a PlayStation. Um, of course, it's a more story beats that they were using as trailers. Um, I I I just don't know about this game.
I
Sorry,
think
Kojima.
I think people will eat it up because it's Kojima. I didn't play the
Mm-hmm.
first one, although it is on sale on Xbox right now for like $15. I thought about buying it, but I'm like, I'm not ready to play this right now. Uh, I'm trying to really avoid uh, spending money, unnecessary money at the
Mm-hmm.
moment. Uh, but also, it's $15. Um, anyways,
Yeah. Stranger Than Heaven uh is Ryu got Gotoku's. That's the people who made the Yakuza games and who are making Retro Fighter 5, I believe. Um this one takes place like in like the 1950s. And there was
I
no
think it's earlier than that. It's pre World War. It's pre war. I think so.
probably
I think it's like
1930s, I think
I think it's like
20s,
19 like early 1900s.
hundreds. Okay. That's what Project Century was
Yeah.
when they revealed it. Uh Guardians of the Sacred Tree, a Hades like action game by Ben Oneko. Sonic Racing Crossworlds to feature Hasune Miku, Like a Dragon's Ichiban Kasuga, and Persona 5's Joker and Minecraft Steve as guest racers. Them must lost their mind when Hasune Miku came out. They're like, yeah! It's
Dude,
just like,
the classic Sega character Hatsune Miku.
right. Um, Ichiban, like
Why do
even
I feel like
Joker.
if Sega rebooted Space Channel 5, they would put Hatsune Miku in there with
Oh heck yeah, with a
Lala?
heartbeat.
Yeah. I
Them
feel
two doing a dance number. Oh heck
I,
yeah,
I
that's
feel like
money.
there'd be a lot of what do the kids say? A lot of gooning going on in there.
Oh no, we would not be saying that. I know what you mean, but
Yikes!
yikes, yes.
I picked that up recently. Like weird, but when I think of the term gooner or goon, I think of like hockey goons, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
big like in Mighty Ducks, the Bash Brothers type thing going on,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't think of this, but kids say weird things these days. So
Where they learned it from, I'm not going to say.
not not going there. Don't know.
Yes.
Um,
Atomic Heart 2. Um, and they're kind of got a universal Atomic Heart 2 and the Cube is like, I think the Cube is like a multiplayer kind of thing. But the Atomic Heart 2 looks really good. This is from Mudfish.
mhm.
Mudfish unleashed Atomic Heart into the gaming world just over 2 years ago, but it's already been hard at work on what's it calling Atomic Heart 2. Expected to come to PC and consoles at some point in the future, but it's not the only ace the team has up its sleeve. The Cube is another mysterious project from Mudfish that is set in the world of Atomic Heart, and is also set to come to PC and consoles in the future. So it's like a P versus, I think, a PvP kind of multiplayer game where the world is moving and changing around. So if you're on one part of the landscape, it's like a Rubik's cube that it continues to move. And I thought that think that that's cool. It's not for me or anything. And plus, I haven't played Atomic Heart yet. Um, but just seeing Atomic Heart 2, I'm just like, oh, this looks really, really good. Lego Voyagers. Um, yeah, and then there's a game called Ill, which is a haunting body horror game. Like, I guess.
Yeah, I think this was announced like a while ago somewhere, and I was like, gross. I don't, nope.
Yeah. Chronicles Medieval. That's just so basic of a name. Super generic. Um, and then yeah, that was pretty much it. Um, and um, the yacht club game.
Oh, Mina. Yeah, Mina the Hollow
Mina.
Earth finally coming out in October, which I kind of already knew already, but um
Yeah. And they said people said that it's pretty much a level based game. It's not like a venture like Zelda. Like it's
yeah,
not a connected world.
it's like Zelda mixed with Castlevania a little bit, I think is what the idea is. So uh but shout out to Celia for being on stage. It's got to be scary. I mean,
Yeah.
I know she's like super professional and that's kind of her thing and I think they presented at the Game Awards last year, but like
Mhm.
still a lot of pressure. So shout out to her. She did good. She did great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yacht Club. Love Yacht Club.
Uh, I hope they're at PAX West.
I'm sure they
Mm.
will. Mina's pretty close to being done. I'm sure they're itching to get it out.
Hidden embargo stuff. Be like, yeah, I'm down to sign up and do that again.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, everybody, that's pretty much it for Summer Game Fest. Um, I for Jeff Keighley stuff, I just gave it a C because I was just like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of turned it off halfway through. Um, this summer snooze fest is what I just, yeah, not look. I mean, I get it. People are excited, but there just wasn't like. I just feel like there wasn't anything. I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil 9 is huge, right? That's a huge get.
yeah,
Obviously, Kojima being there is his bread and butter. We didn't talk about that weird fake Muppets fighting game either.
oh,
uh,
uh,
I forget what it's called, but like uh, that game looks visually impressive.
running on Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, but like I don't know, man. I know he's
I'm
obsessed with the
like,
Muppets, but dang.
and it's a boxer game, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah. So I don't know. It was totally okay.
yeah. Stephanie has a review of this on Bus Rush, and I kind of agree with her, like with the grade that she get at. If I think about it, I don't know, like the Summer Game Fest was good, but it wasn't like it wasn't memorable in a sense. Like
Yeah.
it happened, and then like I don't know, people were excited for a lot of things, but they just moved on after that excitement. Like nothing really stuck um throughout this throughout this uh Summer Game Fest. And maybe because it was just so early in June that it happened.
Mhm.
Because I didn't get the rush to stay to play until I actually got home that night after work. And so I was waiting to see what people's reactions were. I was ready to go through comments and everything, and there was nothing. Like not even Final Fantasy. I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics was trending, and people were excited. But I'm just like, I thought that would be going on all day ever since the announcement came, and it just felt like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's there wasn't much. Definitely not, nothing like super exciting, but I'm happy that there were some good games shown. I mean, there are a lot of
Mhm.
things I'm excited for, but I would say between the three, I would give like this the B minus. It was good. It was well paced. Great game shown. Just
Mhm.
there wasn't that big banger of a game announced at any of these things, and so
Right.
um, I think next year though, especially at Xbox's comp, when I think Xbox is going to have that developer direct they do every year at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That's clearly going to be the coalition, Halo Studios, and Playground,
It has to
uh,
be.
and even the initiative with Perfect Dark, right? I would assume. Uh, but I think next year is going to Xbox's thing next year is going to be insane. First of all, uh, you know, but until then, we're not next year. We're this year right now. So I don't know. It was fun. It was good, but
Yeah, I think because I think what would probably made it better if like we all at Bosphorus just even got together to watch it and talk about it. I
mhm.
think not having that community uh watch along and discussions and stuff like we did past shows kind of made it just like it's just a show. It's just a direct,
I mean,
you know.
this is the fifth show I've talked about this on. So, uh,
Yeah.
no, but
And
I guess for me, like I've never really done that with people, so like it didn't really change things for me.
mm,
I was waiting for that big game, like even if it wasn't for me, like I was waiting, you know, like even the Xbox conference, right? Like we knew about everything there.
yeah.
Um, so like I don't know, whatever. And I think I think their big announcement thing was clearly the handheld, which was the most exciting thing for me. But I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about this. I enjoyed it. Wasn't amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's why if we when we see the Nintendo Direct, hopefully sometime this month or even next month, that there's something that be on there that stands out and stuff. Yeah, we'll probably get the Metroid date. Of course, they'll be doing Donkey Kong and stuff. But like and we'll probably see more of the Dust Bloods. But I'm like, what out there announcement or unexpected announcement that's going to get us hyped for it? Because
Mhm,
I think that it has to be something in the Nintendo Direct. Because sometimes for a lot of us, we feel like the Nintendo Direct has saved these summer Direct showcases.
mhm. Yeah. I do have to shout out Xbox though for pulling a Nintendo and releasing 12 first party games this year. Apparently,
Yeah,
like Avowed, South of Midnight, Oblivion, Towerborn, Doom, Tony Hawk, Grounded 2, Gears, Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2, and Call of Duty. That's a big thing. So, uh, and I'm sure other things as well is coming soon. So,
it
uh,
just took.
I'm man, I'm just scrolling my timeline, man. Gears is apparently back. People are enjoying this beta.
Yay!
So, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. And it's late, so we should probably.
Yes, so we're gonna wrap it up there, everybody. for this episode of Nintendo Pop. Like, if you guys have watched the show and enjoyed some of the games and stuff, please let us know so that we could be excited along with you guys. With that, everybody, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pop Block. If you join us live, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube, like the video and leave your comments with your thoughts on today's topics, or leave one of your own. We can discuss it in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to our base shows on one feed. Thank you again for watching and or listening, and we'll see you next time, everybody, on Nintendo Power Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel,
Retro Stoy,
and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.